All right, we're here. Jeez. Sorry, man. It was
freaking like a minute and a half or nothing. What is
no,
that? No one wants
did it work?
to have a nothing.
Did it work?
It played. The music was terrible. I definitely am going to have to write us a jingle because that is god awfully crap. Nobody wants to hear that again. Nobody wants to hear that ever again. Nobody.
No, you're right. You're right.
It was pretty bad.
But firstly, what do we got to say, everybody?
I worked hard on that. God, you guys suck.
So the video editing was nice.
Yeah, just poor music choice.
It's not your fault. You can't use anything that you don't own, right? So you have to like find something as random garbage. So that's what you found was random garbage.
Left.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Look, he left. He's gone.
He's still here. He just thinks he turned his video off.
Meanwhile, Penny Sewell off the board, Detroit.
That's a smart move.
Yep. I thought they might take a wide receiver. They lost so many wide receivers.
Well, here we are for Hafeman Brothers special. I know this much. My brother was excited. He's got all these things planned that he didn't tell me about. I did absolutely zero work whatsoever. But he has all these things planned. And then we had the whole Aaron Rodgers fiasco that happened at about 2 o'clock. So here's what happened. I worked today until noon. I left an hour early, and I didn't take a lunch. And I just left, and I was like, I'm going to get a nap in because I know I'm going to be up all night, and I'm going to be tired, blah, blah, blah. So I went, took a nap. I had to wake up at 3 because I had to go pick up my daughter at school. And I wake up, and I look at my phone, and all of a sudden, holy, what's all this? Browner and Bruce and all these guys are having damn heart attacks. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on? I got no time for this crap. And then Jason sends me a text. He's like, dude, you got to call me right away. Oh, my God. And I'm like, what the hell? What's going on here? I don't know what the heck the plan is for the show. I know we got Mo on. Nice to see you, Vikings fan. So he's here to talk about the Vikings at pick 14 and what they're going to do, right? You got Bruce here. It's his birthday, and he shows up on his birthday. Look at this guy. That's how much
awesome.
He loves the Packers.
I might be in and out though. No.
Hey, dude, it's your birthday. What do you mean? That's fine.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
We want to give you your chance to talk, and then we want to let you go, and you can come back later and talk some more.
I gotta go have some cake. I gotta go have some cake.
That's right. That's right.
Guys, I want to make sure you remember.
Do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But the bottom line is, I'm worried about my brother's health, and not physical health, mental health. That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if he's going to make it through this show today because I think he's going to have a heart attack or an aneurysm or something's going to happen. And I hope he's calm and stays cool the rest of the show. But I will let him now take over and figure out what he wants to do here. If he wants to start with some, Aaron Rodgers talk or whatever. So here you go, Jace. Take over. Unmute yourself, please. Thank you.
I got a twitchy finger, Ben, for you.
Wow.
Sorry, Eric, I muted you because your TV was loud and the commercials and stuff. So if you want to like unmute when you're going to talk and mute yourself when you're not talking, that's cool.
That's good. Thanks, Mo. That works good.
You can still show your ugly Viking logo anytime you want. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We'll just make sure we put it on the talk screen so it only shows people talking. That way you'll never show the Viking logo. Genius move, Jace. Let's do that. Put it on that whatever talking thing.
Oh, okay.
I got a new graphic for today with a new background. I'm the graphics guy. Jason's the music guy. I'm the graphic. There you go. Hafeman Bros draft special. Oh, there it is. It's going to keep coming and going, just so everybody knows what they're watching. But yeah, take it away, Jace. What do you got?
I worked on some stuff, and you guys don't like it, so you know what? That's fine. I got some other surprises for you. Look, I didn't change the music yet because I was about to, but I ran out of time because you are the one, Ben, who changed the name of the show last week, surprise, without consulting with me or even talking to me about it.
We can change it again this week. I don't give a crap.
No,
we every day.
No, that's fine. We have to have some consistency, but so you decided to do it, which is totally fine. I don't care. You have this idea that we have to put Packer earlier in the thing for YouTube search, and that's cool. But I wanted to modify that. So I have another intro for what will become our new show title. And I added a little something to it. And I'd like to share that all with you now since the draft is currently at a commercial. And since you hated my last intro so much, maybe you like this one better. So hang on one second. Let me find that. Somebody talk till I find it. So Ben, what are you thinking about
Well, what do
said
we?
new intro, or what do do you think I may have changed the name to or added? Actually, I already told you, didn't I? Damn it. Bruce, what do you think I may have changed the name to from Packer Opinions? Hafeman Brothers or Hafeman Bros Packer Opinions.
I don't really paid too much attention to the intro, man.
Wow.
No,
You guys are rough.
Panther pick
I'm
is
just
coming.
excited
Here
that I'm
comes the
on the
Panther
show.
pick.
I'm just
Oh,
excited that I'm on the show. That's all. I don't.
We're
You know?
excited it's your birthday. JC Horn from cornerback, South Carolina.
Wow.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Because I also have a pretty cool feature with this one. Why is this one doing that? Oh, wrong one. Here we go.
I did like the graphics, by the way, on the first one.
Well, thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm going to jump into this now because I got it. Got it set up. We don't care about JC Horn. He's not our pick.
It's about to be our pick. Denver's
Here you
up.
go.
Wow.
Ready? This is going to be the new intro for what is going to be Hafeman Bros shows in the future.
Whoa, let's see it.
Welcome to Hafeman Bros Packer Outright Opinions. Starring Ben, Jason, and friends. Talking the Green Bay Packers. Be sure to subscribe.
That's a good choice to use kids. People love kids.
That's way better.
The music
Better.
was way better too. Music was way better.
Hell yeah. That's one of the best songs of all time. I don't know who wrote that, but he must be a musical genius.
I actually offered the voiceover spot to Evan, and he turned me down. And then I said, okay, there's only one more kid in this house. Get over here. And she did it. So,
You did pretty good.
yeah, not bad, right?
So are we going to see if Aaron Rodgers gets traded here pretty quick or what?
Yeah.
Hey, what? Come on now.
Patriots are
Hey,
pick
this
15.
is it. This is it.
This is the one? Broncos?
That's what I hear.
Pick 10? Oh, my God. So why is it that the Packers want to make the draft interesting? Like, this is now their legacy. The draft is too boring, so the Packers must do something to make the draft super interesting the first night.
Take it over, Bruce. It's your birthday. Tell us why the heck this is happening.
Explain.
What I've been told is that the Packers have been trying to negotiate with Aaron Rodgers on his contract, but they do not want to extend him. They only want to restructure him. And Rodgers wants an extension. So Rodgers PO'd, of what's gone down, as well as all the other stuff that, he's had to deal with in the last how many years, with McCarthy and then not doing enough on defense and blah, blah, blah. So basically he's just said, I'm done with it. You either trade me or I'm not playing this year. That's what the ultimatum has been given. At least that's what my sources are telling me. So
sorry, I had to chime in. Eckes right away jumped on it, the lowest rung of comedy, and got the Packers outright opinions. So, and Sophia did get a chance to record something with that where she got to say, she was supposed to say HB poo, but she's like, Hafeman Bros poo. And she kept kind of just going. And I was like, no, that's too much. So anyway, but she did enjoy the part. That was the only reason I think I got her to record the other stuff, was because I told her she could also record that. Oh man. Anyway, Mo, the Vikings are picking in a little while. How are you feeling about your Vikings, and what do they need to do?
Well, I was kind of saying before, I think right now Justin Fields is still out there at quarterback. And if he keeps falling, I wouldn't mind if they went that route. He could sit a year behind Kirk Cousins, and then Kirk Cousins is very tradable contract-wise the year after that. And I think, a lot more athletic upside with Justin Fields. Outside of quarterback, I obviously offensive tackle with Swell gone. I really like Slater. And after that, I think they can get some more guys a lot later. So if it's not Slater, if it's not Fields, I'd like him to trade down and maybe get a second-round pick back. They could definitely go defensive end, but none of them really are that exciting, at least not worth taking at 14. I don't think you can get any version that you want much later. They all kind of have their own little question mark. So So yeah, right now there's only 2 guys left that really excite me at 14. Otherwise, I hope they trade down, but we'll see what happens. They obviously need offensive line help, but so they can't really go wrong taking one there. But I think you can just get some later. So
If they trade back, what do you think they should go for?
So if they trade back and stay like later first round, I think you could still get an offensive lineman at that point. There's a number of them, a lot of tackles, even guards that you could get at that point. They then could maybe not reach by getting one of the defensive ends that we talked about, someone like a Quiddy Pay, a JOK is not really going to be fit in their defense. So I like Parsons is a linebacker. Barr restructured his contract. He's only got 1 year left now. That's voidable after that. So they might need a new linebacker. They could go, I think, defense definitely, but if it's offense, it's probably going to be offensive line.
Bruce?
Yes, sir.
What are the current scenarios here for the Packers? Are they going to jump in front of the Vikings? Trade with will they be a trade partner with the Vikings to come up and get Ben's guy or somebody else?
Well, Gutekunst has done it the last 3 years in a row. He's moved up. Obviously, he moved back and things like that, but he did move up technically all 3 years. So I wouldn't be surprised if they moved up. I don't know if they're going to move up ahead of Minnesota or not. But I could see them moving up to, maybe 18, 20. I could see that. I think you're going to give up too much draft capital to move up higher than that. And I wouldn't want him to anyway, in my opinion. Either what I would like him to do is stay at 29, draft kind of who we talked about last week, and either that or trade back and get another pick. That's what I would rather see him do. So.
Ben, what do you think about all that? Because we've talked about in recent weeks, we've talked about the Packers have a bunch of picks. We need impact players and some starters on this team. So we want to see them use that draft capital to go get those guys that they need to make an impact, right? I mean, that's what I want to see.
You know how I've talked the last 2 weeks. I want, if there's a guy that's a difference maker at a position that is something that we can use and start right away, then let's go get him. But if it's a position that's deep in the draft, like outside or offensive tackle or wide receiver, I don't think they need to trade up to get that. They can get a guy who's close to that, don't trade up to the teens to get a guy that's close later on and get a 29. But when it comes to linebacker, like I said, with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, that's the guy I want. I mean, trade up and get that guy. Yes. Dynamic, fast, hard hitting, linebacker / safety / do it all type guy. You're talking, it's like a Micah Hyde with speed. It's like if you mix Micah Hyde and Clay Matthews and put them into one, and then add a little Nick Collins in there, boom, that's this guy. That's what I want. Now, they're probably stupid. They'll never trade up and do that. They'll stay where they are, and they'll draft some stupid offensive tackle who sits on the bench behind Billy Turner, even though Billy Turner's way better than him. We don't know that's going to happen. But that's the only reason why I wanted to trade up. That's it.
Ooh. Hey, I know who Denver drafted.
Who was it?
Justin Fields.
Oh.
Well, that means they're not trading for Rodgers, I guess, then.
Or they're trading him for Rodgers.
Oh.
Please no. We do not want Justin Fields.
I don't want Justin Fields. I think he stinks, but that's just me.
Maybe he would be good in the LaFleur system. You don't know.
So now what, Mo, you going to get Mac Jones at 14 then, or what are you going to do?
Please, no. Just no. Just not Mac Jones. As long as they don't draft Mac Jones, I don't think I'll be really upset about any other pick. Just not Mac Jones.
Wait. It's not Justin Fields now.
Pick is in.
What?
Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, it's Patrick Surtain.
Patrick Surtain. 2.
I got wrong information. Sorry about that.
All right, Bruce. Well, I'm watching the broadcast here. You're on like the dark web over there getting whatever the hell you're getting. I don't know. But anyway, we'll stay with the legit media source. I'm just playing, Bruce. I'm sure you guys
I know you are. It's fine.
Hey, so what'd you do for your birthday? I guess. What'd you do for your birthday, Bruce?
I worked, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah.
You are not a millennial, Bruce. Don't you understand that all these millennials that I know and talk to and whatever, they don't just have a birthday. They have a birth week. Like they take the whole week off of work.
I'm going to have a birthday weekend because my sister and her husband are coming up, and we're gonna grill out on Saturday, steaks and all that type of stuff. So So it'll be nice. It's supposed to be 82 out, so should be fun.
I'm pretty sure somebody just got back from Jamaica, so he's had his birthday fun.
That's very true.
Oh man.
So you think the Broncos took Patrick Surtain to trade to the Packers?
No.
That's who the Packers wanted?
No, Packers didn't want him. They just signed Kevin King, man. They're solid at corner.
Goody,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Goody couldn't believe, that in a normal year, a guy King wouldn't have been available, but because of the reduced salary cap and the strange market, they were fortunate to be able to get him back
$5 million, which
right
is
away.
$5 million more than he deserves.
I don't know. Hey, I'm just hoping Bernard's right about Kevin King. Bernard, keep all the good jujus going to the King family, and maybe it'll work out. Maybe he'll be a stud this year. And
Mo, how much did Patrick Peterson get paid for this year?
10 million for 1 year.
Okay, yeah, we couldn't afford that. But is Kevin King half of Patrick Peterson? No. Is he 1/10 of Patrick Peterson? No. Is he 1/20th of Patrick Peterson? No. Why do we even sign him back? I'll get into it later.
it's the Goody factor.
The Goody factor. Goody has screwed up everything. He screwed it all up. We're going to get into it later. We got to wait till after the Vikings pick. maybe after the Raiders pick. Then we can get into this whole Aaron Rodgers situation. We're teasing for later, so we keep our viewers, the 7 people we have on, whoever it is. So,
Bernard says King the GOAT. We hope so, Bernard. Maybe this is the year. This is the year he turns it on. This is the year he shows all that promise, that RAS score promise, and just lights him up and destroys the league. And he catches all the interceptions that come his way instead of dropping half of them, and he's a Pro Bowler this year. Maybe that's what'll happen. And then the Packers can sign him for like a 4 or 5 year deal, and then he can get injured and suck. But this year, he is going to light it up. Kevin King, let's do it. Sorry. I don't like him. I just never liked him. And it goes back. It started out with the TJ Watt pass, and then that's the guy we got. And then everything after that, I didn't like. So, not KK. The best part about Kevin King to me was that this year a bunch of broadcasters kept mistakenly calling him Kenny King during games. That was the best part to me because I laughed a lot. And I was like, oh, at least Kevin King did something sort of that gave me joy because they're screwing up his name. So it wasn't even him doing it. But anyway, it was related to him. And it did bring me a smile and a little joy when they kept calling him Kenny King. And then somebody in the NFC Championship game said, who killed Kenny? But we didn't know. It was Tom Brady and the Patriots, the Buccaneers this year, not the Patriots.
Who's Crazy Jerry going to take now?
Cowboys traded pick to Eagles.
To the Eagles. 1 pick down. No, 2 picks down. 2 picks down for a quarterback.
Ooh.
Maybe they took Fields.
The first exciting trade of this day. Of course, all this trading happened before the draft even started for teams to jockey around to get those first 3 quarterbacks. So, is anybody surprised about Trey Lance? I know, Ben, you weren't high on Trey Lance before. You had reservations about him. I think, to me, he's the guy I wish the Packers would have waited for instead of drafting Love last year. If they had a chance to get Trey Lance this year, then I would have said go for it. Of course, they would have probably not got to the 3rd pick, but
I don't know much about Trey Lance.
So Goody's a genius and I'm an idiot. Go ahead. There's the resolution.
I got nothing to say. Maybe Bruce knows more about Trey Lance. I know nothing about Trey Lance. I didn't study quarterbacks. They don't need any. They had 2.
What do you think about Trey Lance?
I do know a little bit about Trey Lance because one of my buddies that I played baseball and football with, his son is the fullback for North Dakota State and played with Trey Lance. And from watching some of the games and the highlights, the great thing about Trey Lance is he's got a solid arm. He's very good in the pocket with his feet, and he's very good getting out of the pocket and trading. I think he's smart and intelligent as well. And I think if he gets a year or so to sit, I think he's going to be really good in the NFL. That's my personal opinion. And I would have jumped at the chance to get him if that was even possible for the Packers to do that, which obviously the chances of that happening weren't there unless they would have traded Aaron Rodgers, obviously San Francisco, and moved up to 3. But
They still could trade him.
well, it's still possible, I guess. Ultimately, after the draft, you never
That's
know.
true. That's true.
But yeah, no, I think the 49ers got a great QB there. So if they do it the right way, I think they got a good one.
He makes good decisions, right? He proved that with his turnover ratio in his freshman year, full season starting. And then on top of that, he's got great athleticism, good size. He's strong. And watching he peppers the ball. He rifles it. He's got more than a good arm. He's got a really good arm. And, in the NFL, sometimes windows are really tight there's tight coverage or whatever. And if the ball gets there quicker, it's better for you, better for your completion percentage, better for your quarterback, and better for your chances at making a positive play because you don't give that D-back a chance to recover or whatever. And he can do that. I watched a bunch of these quarterbacks throw in their pro days, and he was ripping the ball. He was rifling it. So I don't know. Pro day's a pro day, but he can throw on the run. I like his potential a lot, and I think he's going to be a really good player.
Yeah, I think he actually has like Patrick Mahomes type ceiling. Honestly, he just might need some time in an ideal situation. So I think I really liked him. I was hoping maybe he could be someone that falls, but I think that was the right pick from San Francisco. I was hoping they'd take Mac Jones. I wouldn't have to freak out because they keep showing Mac Jones on the screen, like taunting me, like the Vikings are going to take him. But I'm just hoping that won't happen.
Man, Vikings got a little track record here though, Mo, in the draft, right? Little scary.
They do weird things.
I actually went back earlier today, and listened to the show that we did in the piece about the 47 to 52 reasons last June, why I thought Aaron Rodgers would still be the Packers quarterback after 2021. And now that might not happen. But it was interesting to hear comments about those different first round quarterbacks between the year 2000 and through the year 2019. And, it was, again, like they keep going early. Everybody's looking for one. They take them in the first round. They take them in the first couple picks. But 95% of the time, they don't really result to much, even the first round guys. So a lot of it is situational too. There have been guys with talent that get put in bad situations, terrible offensive lines, get beat up, and basically fall apart or get broken. But there certainly are opportunities for these guys, I think, in the homes they're going to. I don't know about the kid going to the Jets, what their offensive line situation is, but the 49ers, it's a good situation for Lance, and he's got a lot of talent, so he might be the one that sticks out of this draft. You never know.
What about Trubisky going to the Bills? Can he learn there and get better and actually be worth something, or is he always going to be a turd?
I don't know. There's Ben. What do you think about him? Because for him, I think, yeah, he has some athleticism, but there are a lot of pieces of playing quarterback that he just didn't seem to be very good at.
Yeah, but he's stuck on the Bears. What did he have around him? He didn't have crap around him.
True.
This is the true test of what Trubisky can be. There's a guy named Jackson Kruger who does Jackson Kruger breakdown sports stuff, right? JK something sports. And when the Packers re-signed Kevin King, he put a video out. Is Kevin King really that bad? And he showed all the bad plays against Tampa Bay. And then he tried to find good plays. And the only good plays Kevin King made was against Mitch Trubisky. So that tells you all you need to know. He is always a turd, Eckes. All right, I'm done. I'm going to go back on mute. See ya.
Eagles selected Devontae Smith. So that is pick 10. Pick 11 is up. The Giants are on the clock. 7-14 and counting. So no real big surprises here yet. Everything pretty much going according to plan, except the Eagles and the Cowboys shifting around a little bit. But they must they must have wanted this receiver. Ben, I talked to you about the receiver they took in the 5th round, who was one of your sleeper guys from last year's draft, who made the team, didn't make a big impact in his first year, but he made the team. And this time they go receiver in the 1st round. And so, yeah, I mean, they're obviously bolstering that position, something the Packers are going to have to do at some point, because we talked about their current receivers and the contracts and the length of them. And there's not a lot of guys under contract for very long.
Well, I mean, Jonathan Hightower and Jalen Rieger, the 2 guys they drafted last year, are kind of the same guy. They're slot, twitchy, punt returner type guys. You know, they're not outside receivers. So by them drafting Devontae Smith, who's a tall, skinny guy, he's an outside breaking speed receiver. So it's a different type of receiver that can maybe open up the field for guys like Jonathan Hightower and Jalen Rieger and whoever else. So it's not a bad move. It's just, it actually might enhance the fact that they drafted those 2 receivers last year. But Jonathan Hightower did disappoint last year compared to what I thought he could have been. But I mean, like I said, he's a 5th round pick. I was thinking he'd be a 5th round, 4th round pick. And I valued him as a return man as well as a slot guy for the Packers. And that's where I wanted the Packers to take him, but they didn't, obviously. So, what are you going to do there? But it's not a dumb move. And by taking this receiver in this year's draft, they're hitting a guy who's tall and can make contested catches. And, it's a different type of guy. He's like an MVS who can actually catch more than 50% of the time. So is that bad? No, that's good.
Yeah, at some point you need difference makers. Hey, Agus, we know you're going fishing tomorrow, right? What time are you getting up?
I have to do rock climbing training for school until noon.
Whoa.
We have to get recertified every year, so when the kids are up high, we don't drop them.
Smart.
Kind of important. So I got to do that till noon, and then I'm headed up, and I'm going to golf at 2:00, which I suck at. I broke a 3-wood last year. I was proud of that. And then you can't really fish until Saturday morning. So.
Oh, okay. Saturday morning. My bad. I'm starting my weekend already, so sorry.
Giants traded the pick to the Bears.
What?
Probably for Justin Fields, I'm guessing.
Oh.
Hopefully Mac Jones, though.
Man, Bears making moves again. It hasn't been that good for him over the years, but we'll see.
I want to know what they had to give up.
Well, I think they were at 20, right? So, I mean, that's quite the jump. I mean, that's going to be a pretty hefty price.
Yep.
I think Schefter just said an extra 1st round next year. Wow.
It's got to be more than that, I think.
No, I mean, going from 20 to 11 is not like a huge jump, but it's one of those things where a lot of people are like, why would, they've already got Nick Foles. They just signed Andy Dalton. They've got a head coach and a general manager who are on their hot seat. Why in the world would they draft a quarterback in the 1st round, who is not a solid number 1 play right now kind of guy? So I got a feeling, Mo, this is going to be Mac Jones. It's going to be a guy who's going to play right now and make the Bears a better team. Because I don't think that Justin Fields is ready to play right now. So why would a quarterback or a head coach and a GM who are both on the hot seat trade up for a guy who maybe possibly can't even play for a couple of years when they might not be there next year to reap the benefits of him being on the team?
Well, I think the other line of thinking is that maybe it gets them a little bit longer leash, saying, well, you invested in a quarterback. We're going to let you kind of play this part out since you kind of inherited what we had or whatever. And that might be one other line of thinking, but yeah, that's the thing. I mean, but still, if they really have a bad season, they can't be that bad. Otherwise, you're right. I think they're not going to be able to reap the benefits. So, but it might get them a longer leash too, if they do okay.
Well, it could also explain why if they did add another 1st round pick, they'll be like, we'll be gone anyways. Let the next guy figure out it without a 1st round pick. So that could be part of the reason too. Yeah.
Bears pick is in, they're saying, so should be announced here momentarily. We'll get to see if we have have to be more concerned about the Bears or maybe less concerned about the Bears?
We got Eric Dahl with the Raiders
Let's
is in the
go!
house. What's up, Rick?
Oh.
Are you ready for some Raiders pick? Are they going to be trading for Aaron Rodgers or Devontae Adams possibly here? What's going on?
Probably Devontae.
I don't think they'll be trading for Aaron Rodgers. But
Devontae Adams? Is that what you're saying?
they could do worse. I just hope they don't completely screw it up and take someone that should be picked in the third round instead. I think a linebacker would be a good choice for them, but they need offensive line help too after getting rid of 3/5 of their offensive line in the offseason.
Chris Sims mock draft has got the Raiders taking JOK, baby. My God.
That would be a good pick.
That would make me really sad, but happy for you.
Here's the
I
Bears.
like him too.
Here's the Bears pick coming up, and they gave up quite a bit to get this pick. I'll tell you what they gave up in a second. They just had it on the board. Mr. Bears select Roger Goodell says.
He's saying a lot.
Stop saying words and say the name.
He's got like 6 cards there. This is going to be a lot.
Dude, get over it. Did you see him in the beginning? He's like getting booed and he's like, come on, Cleveland. You got more than that. Come on. Yeah, I came out of my basement. That was pretty good. I mean, he's kind of a tool, but that was pretty good. They had Joe Thomas there too. Isn't that crazy how he looks now? I mean, he's not playing an O tackle. He's like slimmed out. It looks great.
It still looks like he could be working security at a jewelry store or something, but
Carlos Nelson is this not going to be the selection. Come on, what's a pick? Stop talking, Roger Goodell. No one wants to hear you say this many words. All right,
you got to milk this out. They got to.
I'm done.
They got to fill the whole night with the first round.
He knows they got a big audience because it's Chicago pick. Give it to us. He's introducing some other dude to give the pick.
Kidding? The Chicago fans live for the draft. That's all they have.
Carlos Nelson is here. Maybe he's going to get to announce the pick. Come on. Let's go, Carlos. The Chicago Bears. Be scared. Be aware.
Justin Fields.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It is Justin Fields. Are you worried, Eckes? Justin Fields in the division.
He can learn behind Andy Dalton. Oh, no.
Red Rocket. He's got some talent, but again, I don't know.
It's what you put around him.
Yeah.
Plus, they just gave away a first round to get him, so
they gave away. So they moved. So the Bears moved up to the 11th slot. They gave, of course, the Giants got the 20th pick. They got a 4th round pick also, and then they got a 1st and a 4th next year, I think, or it was a 5th round pick and then a 1st and a 4th next year. So they went to the 20th pick, got a 5th round pick later in this draft. They got a 1st and a 4th next year, so the Bears could get this guy. But the Bears' search for a quarterback continues, and here they're trying again with a kid from Ohio State, who
so are
actually
they going to have 3 quarterbacks on the roster next year or this coming year. Are they going to keep all 3 of them?
I think Foles
spent all that money.
I don't know. They got to probably find a way to get out of Foles' contract or something.
Well, the Foles trade from the Jaguars, I think that should have taken off all of the guaranteed money for him. So they could cut him and just not lose anything off the salary cap. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the salary cap guaranteed money is stuck with the Jaguars for the 2-year deal that he signed. So for that fact, he shouldn't be an issue, or 3-year deal or whatever it is. But who knows? I'm not worried about Justin Fields at the Bears. Whatever.
Might be worried about his running. The Packers have struggled with running quarterbacks, and if they say, hey, we're going to use your athleticism and run a bunch of read option and other stuff for a while, that could be a little scary.
Yeah. That is true. I mean, the Packers, that's one thing about the Packers over the last, 3-4 years, really. In the division, they haven't had to worry about any type of a running quarterback. They've been lucky that way. And we all know the Colin Kaepernicks of the world and the Russell Wilsons of the world who have caused us issues in the playoffs. Haven't caused us issues in the regular season because we haven't had to face those types of quarterbacks. Because the Vikings have always had a slow pocket quarterback. The Lions have had Matthew Stafford for 1,000 years. The Bears have had stinky Culpepper and now Mitch Trubisky, who can run a little bit, but he's dumb, so it didn't really matter. Okay, so now you got a guy who's got some athletic speed, and it could be an issue, which is all the more reason why we should trade up and get JOK so he can spy him and freaking take care of that guy.
I'm in.
I'm down too. I would totally take it. All right, Cowboys pick is due in 3.5 minutes. Mo, we're closing in on the Vikings pick. Viking Mo, how are you feeling right now? Mo, are you feeling anything? Are you scared?
Yes,
you
sorry,
petrified?
I was having some problems there.
Okay.
I am petrified because Mac Jones is still on the board. I just don't want that to happen. So both Dallas with their injuries to the offensive line and the Chargers, who are next, could take offensive line, which troubles me a little bit. So I would really like Slater to fall to them at 14. Otherwise, I'd like to see him trade out. But they also having Mac Jones there, maybe they could trade down for someone that wants him at 14, leapfrogging ahead of New England, who obviously needs a quarterback. So there's some options, but if it's not Slater, I'd like to see him trade down. So we'll see what the Cowboys take here, but I think the Chargers really need offensive line too.
Hopefully they go tackle. I don't like many of the tackles in this draft, so I really hope the Packers don't do that today.
I think there's a lot of quality offensive linemen, but maybe not some of the really elite ones that you really, are going to want to have high in the draft. That's why I kind of like the idea of trading down and just getting some quality guys that can play.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a Pro Bowler. You're going to get a good, solid, somewhere between, 30 to 20 starting offensive tackle in the NFL. He's not a Pro Bowler, but he's a good Brian Bulaga. You're going to get a Brian Bulaga kind of thing. Okay. That's what you're going to get.
I don't want another Brian Bulaga in the first round.
Okay.
That's good, Eckes. Put kids on the show. Kids always equal ratings.
Pick is in for the Cowboys.
Give me a smooch, then go.
Okay, do it.
Hey, look, you're right there. Smooch.
Oh,
okay.
Cowboys gave up a
They go back.
third to move down 2 spots.
Okay.
Or the Eagles gave up a third, sorry, to move down 2 to get the 10th pick and move to the Cowboys move to the 12th. So picked up a third by the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy can do a lot with that. He's still a coach, right? Is he still a coach? McCarthy?
Oh,
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think so too. I'm not sure.
He'll be fired in 2 years.
Yeah, but McCarthy magic, the second year of the system. It's all gonna come together, Bruce.
Nope.
Just like the magic in Green Bay.
Ugh.
I think they're going to draft Caleb Farley here.
Right.
I heard Jerry Jones loves Caleb Farley.
Goodell's talking a lot again, which I don't like. What's up, Evan?
Micah Parsons. That's what they're going to pick.
It's here by me. Oh, well, maybe for now.
I think Farley's got a lot of upside, but it would make me too nervous drafting someone that risky that early. So it'd make me happy if he's off the board before the Raiders or Green Bay pick. Then they can't take him.
Raiders will take him.
It's official too. Roger Goodell is giving out more hugs tonight than he's given out his whole life.
That's not true. He hugs everybody. That's his thing.
Okay.
I watched his interview with Rich Eisen earlier today, and he was giving Rich Eisen some shade on his 40-yard dash, and I was like, wow. Roger Goodell is going to give Rich Eisen some crap about how fast he is.
Oh, Cowboys.
Parsons.
Micah Parsons to the Cowboys. McCarthy finally got his linebacker.
Bruce, it's your birthday. That's the only reason why you got it right.
I picked it, baby.
Man. All right, Eric, one pick closer.
Woo! I know, it's kind of crazy.
Caleb Farley's there for the Raiders to draft because they like speed.
Mr. Jones is coming to the Vikings.
Oh, my
God. No. Well, here. Yeah, I think I'm really worried the Chargers are going to take Slater. So I would really like Slater, offensive tackle, but yeah, I know New England really is going to want probably Jones. Maybe that a lot of people rumor that they may take Mac Jones there too. So maybe they can make a little one slot trade too to get something out of them and still get the guy that they want. But yeah, if it's not Slater, I want to trade down. But there's plenty of guys they could take that be okay, just not Mac Jones.
It wouldn't surprise me if the Vikings take Vera Tucker.
I think that's their pick. But like I talked to Mo about that earlier. Well, let's say this. I think that for sure the Raiders are taking Slater. I don't think there's even a question about that. What if the Packers offered a trade with the Vikings? Would the Vikings trade within their own division, but the Packers would go up to 14 and get JOK and make Bruce's birthday a success?
Do it.
Well, I didn't think the Packers had any chance of taking Love last year. They did it, so lightning could strike twice, Ben.
We're not bringing that up until later, Eric. We're going to later on. Okay? Later on.
The Packers have done some improbable things in the past, so maybe.
Oh man, who knows what's going on right now with the Packers? All this stuff coming out. Yuck. Did anybody want Micah Parsons on the Packers? I know Eckes did, kind of, right?
Eckes did, yeah.
Well, the off-field stuff worried me.
Yeah, me too.
Athlete, he's really, really good, but I'd rather have JOK or even Jamin Davis and Zaven Collins. One of those three would make me happy. Any one of those three would make me happy. I didn't think we had a real shot at getting Micah Parsons regardless.
His bench was kind of sad. It was less than Ty Summers' bench.
Whose bench?
Micah Parsons. Yeah, he only did like 23 on the bench. Ty Summers did 27, by the way.
I just heard a lot about the fact that he would shoot gaps and guess wrong. So he had a lot of big plays where he shot gaps and guessed right, and he had a lot of big plays where he shot gaps and guessed wrong. That sounds like what's his face from Minnesota that we drafted?
Kamal Martin. Yeah, you can't have two of those.
We want another Kamal Martin. We got Kamal Martin in the 4th round. Do we need?
They got rid of Kirksey. They need another guy to replace him.
Oh,
it's confirmed. I just saw McCarthy sit next to Jerry Jones in the war room. So yeah,
JOK to the pack, trade up. Let's go.
And then actually play Ty Summers and him together. And man,
JOK. We have JOK, MVS. Boom.
That flip that defense around 180 degrees, I think.
It could cover some ground then. That'd be nice.
Well, you take the Smith brothers and Gary and you make them defensive ends. Because they're gonna rush every play anyway. So what's the point of saying they're linebackers? Because they're not. They're all defensive ends. And then you put JOK, Ty Summers, Chris Barnes. Boom. You're running a 4-3. And JOK is so good he can still cover wide receivers when they're in the slot. So even if it's first down, you got to worry about running plays. He can still cover the slot receiver. Duh! It just is genius move that I would do if I was Goody. But as we all know from drafting Jordan Love, Goody is a moron, and he started this whole mess that we're going to talk about later. And I don't want we're teasing it because it's going to happen after the Raiders pick. We'll talk about this. We got a whole another hour and a half to fill of nothing. So we're going to be an hour and a half of talking about this Aaron Rodgers crap. But still, that's what I'm saying. Boom, boom, boom. Trade up for JOK with the Vikings. The Vikings don't want to be up there. They want to trade back to 29. We all know that. They want a couple extra picks. Packers got it for them. They can get a good offensive lineman there in 29. And the Packers can get their guy they want to make their defense special at 14. Boom. Mo's happy. I'm happy. Bruce is happy on his birthday. Eckes is crying because he's drinking beers. Boom. Eric will be sad or Mo will be sad. No. Betty Rick will be sad because the Raiders won't get JOK. But that's not he'll still get Caleb Farley, and then he'll be like, ooh, he's fast. And then he'll be like, his Raider-ish will be hit with speed. Boom, boom, boom. I'm turning into John Madden here. Boom.
Oh, boom.
Oh no. Oh, the Chargers pick is in. Mo, we're gonna find out soon. Oh my god.
In about 5 minutes, probably they'll announce it.
Viking Mo.
Right. It's gonna take forever for them to announce this, but it's just gonna be Slater, and I'll be upset. And then what are they gonna do? I mean, I'd be okay if they took AVT. That'd be totally fine. They definitely need offensive line. And they don't have a second round pick, but they have 2/3 and 4/4. So they could use those to trade up into the second round too to get a guy that they need. also. So there's options. So they could stay there and still take a decent pick. There's lots of options. Totally. But
did you want to sign off and celebrate or be in anguish with your Viking friends there and then come back on and give us your thoughts? Or how are you feeling? You want to stay on and do this live? Are you prepared for that?
Be more fun to watch him cry.
yes, I'll do it live. I don't know.
Oh my God.
My brother's a little apathetic at the moment. So
okay.
But so it's not like I'm not getting to the point where I'm like ready to jump up and down like it was when they got Adrian Peterson and some of those things. So there's nothing too exciting happening here, I'm afraid, that we're going to know is going to be exciting. Drafting an offensive lineman is never exciting anyway, but I think that's probably what's going to happen. So I'll just react live, and that way, in case it's Mac Jones, I'm guessing I'll have a similar reaction to the Jordan Love broadcast that you guys had last year.
But did your brother want like Justin Fields or something? And that's why he's gone. He's like, I don't care. What happened there?
No, he seemed like he was apathetic from the start. So I was kind of asking who he wanted to, but it's the offensive line. It's what we need, and it's boring. So I think that's why there's a lack of general excitement there. I mean, we do need an edge, but they're all kind of flawed to take this high. So it's probably going to be offensive line, and that is what it is. Even when I remember back when the Dallas Cowboys took Zach Martin, who's obviously an all-pro guard. They took him over like Johnny Football, and some people were upset, but it was a boring pick, but obviously was a brilliant pick because he's been fantastic. So it's going to be hopefully one of those situations.
Hey, offensive line picks aren't always boring.
Joe Thomas.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say the Packers have made some certainly exciting over the years. And if you get a guy with some character like Quinn Miners or something who's interesting and fun, or a guy that does cartwheels like Ben's guy,
I think
then it could be fun.
They're picking Rashawn Slater, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
It
sure
could
they
be
are.
good for
Crush my
Ben's
dreams.
guy that offensive linemen haven't been going. So maybe
That's
the center
true.
will still be around, which I've seen him anywhere from mid to late, like it's kind of late first round into late second round. So maybe the Pack will get lucky, and maybe they can be smart.
What, you're talking JOK is going late second round?
No, the cartwheel guy.
Oh, Landon Dickerson.
Fancy
Okay,
pants.
Yeah. I've seen him fall all the way to the bottom of the second round. I've done mock drafts where I've gotten him with the Packers' second pick.
Yeah,
Where I drafted Tevin Jenkins, and then I drafted Dickerson in the second round, and I had like a killer offensive line.
That's what we want. That's what we're going to need.
So someone having the Steelers pick him in the first round, which that'd be about the only place I could see him going.
Oh, true. Yeah, the Steelers are right looking for a new center, and they value that position. They've shown that over the years.
And they should. It's the center of your whole offensive line. It's the guy who calls out all the checks. It's the guy who has the most, intimate relationship, obviously, with the quarterback. A little too intimate, in my opinion, but whatever. But that's the guy. That's the guy who you've got to work with. Your quarterback works with one-on-one. So if you got a franchise quarterback for years and years and years, you want to have a franchise center for years and years and years and years. And that's one thing the Packers have gotten lucky with, where Corey Lindsey was pretty good. Scotty Wells was really great. They had J.C. Treader in there, but he got hurt. So really, it's only been those three guys for the most part in Rodgers' whole career, which is kind of lucky when you think about it, that they had, a pretty solid, really good guy and a pretty solid, really good guy for years and years and years at center. And they didn't have a bunch of revolving, guys that were stinky, and they had to keep changing it up, which I think helps the quarterback a little bit too.
Who's the best young quarterback right now that's is not Patrick Mahomes?
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, it's my guy, Justin Herbert, man.
Yeah.
Or Herbert, sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.
I said that last year before the draft. He was the man.
Later, sorry.
Include Josh Allen too, because Josh Allen is young. He's good.
Yeah, I think Herbert's better than him though. Yeah, Rashawn Slater going to block for Herbert. Herbert had the most touchdown passes of any NFL rookie in history. 31 touchdown passes last year.
Mo looks so sad. You can still get Elijah Vera Tucker. He's a good, like I said, he's a good offensive lineman who can play multiple positions. He's a valuable piece
What if
to
the
an offensive line that stinks, and the Vikings offensive line stinks. So he can
It
take this
wouldn't-
guy and play him pretty, in different spots.
It'd be fine. I think they could probably get him later is the thing. Which would be, and I don't want to, cut it too close about, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, certainly to get AVT. So that'd be fine. They're still on the clock though. So maybe they're listening to some trades. So I'm hopeful for a trade down though. We'll see.
So the Vikings have a pretty good right tackle, right, Mo? Like a pretty decent.
Yeah. That's their best lineman is O'Neal out there at right tackle. And then obviously they drafted Ezra Cleveland, who they put in. He actually played left tackle in college. They put him at right guard because they needed guards so bad last year. So I don't know if they'll keep him there. They might kick him out to tackle, and they just really need some guards like Vera Tucker, but then they have Bradbury at center, who's hopefully going to pan out here. We'll see year 3, but O'Neal's definitely their best guy at right tackle.
Yeah, how's Bradbury been doing? How did he do this last year? Because I was super high on him in the draft a couple years ago. I wanted the Packers to pick him, they didn't, and the Vikings got him. And I thought, oh, he's going to be awesome. And he really struggled the first year. But what about last year?
Well, he's great in the run game. He's a great zone blocker. He's very athletic. He's struggling with his pass sets, and I think he's probably struggling because he has terrible guards next to him on both sides. So for most seasons he's played, so those three need to really work in tandem with some of that pass protection. So pass protection has been the problem. He gets a little susceptible to the bull rush against some of the tougher three techniques and things too in those tackles. So hopefully he gets a little stronger and he kind of comes through here year 3. But the run game is good. The pass game needs some work because everyone knows pressure up the middle on a quarterback is the killer for any quarterback. So they gotta fix it.
Straight up. I will say about Slater, he looks to hold blocks longer than most of those tackles I looked at in this draft. A lot of them just do like quick engagements and then kind of slough off, which we see plenty of that with Packer O-linemen. I don't want to see that anymore. That's why I want finishers for O-linemen. And this guy seems to be also a finisher and stick with blocks. So looks like a good pick for the Chargers. Sorry, the Vikings lost out. Hopefully they do something other than Mac Jones here. 2 minutes. We should know.
Mac Jones. That'd be hilarious. I would just laugh at more.
I think the Vikings picked JOK.
No!
Bruce! The reason why
that would be funny.
Another good defensive player. Why not?
They're a defensive coach, man. A defensive coach. I'm telling you, I can see him doing it.
Sure.
They already got what's space?
The Jets are on the clock.
No.
The Jets. They traded.
I know.
Oh, you should be happy.
They traded. Wait, where were the Jets?
Just what you wanted. All
Where were the
right.
Jets were at 23. So you're going all the way down to 23.
Poor Mac Jones.
Oh, you're
still
muted
sitting
yet.
there. They're like,
That's okay. I like that. I think they could get a lot. They hopefully got a lot. The 23rd pick, and then probably their second, I'm guessing, right? They get a second round pick for that jump, right? Maybe more?
maybe.
First round next year.
Yeah, it could be that. They had to show. I didn't listen to what they're saying, but they showed poor Mac Jones, and they're like, "Well, the Vikings can still get him at 23." I think they said.
That's what I heard.
I'm trying out a new beer tonight, Hillsborough beer, and it said established in 2020, but then it said out of Potosi, Wisconsin, the Potosi Brewing Company. So it was like kind of a disguise, but they must have created an off-brand or branch off brand or something.
All right,
Anyway,
it's
pretty
You
good.
got 10 picks between your next pick. I don't know if you want to hang out with your brother for a while and come
Yeah,
back
you
later.
probably
It's up to
should.
you.
Yeah, I will. I'll pop off. I'll pop back on maybe.
All right, we'll
All
catch
right,
you
Mo,
later.
Thanks
sounds
a
good.
lot,
Catch you
guys.
later.
Let us know
Love
when
you,
you're sweating
dudes.
later.
All right. All right. Bye.
Now it goes to Eric Dahl.
Nick.
Eric Dahl, your guys are coming up. What do you want?
As a
What do
Raider,
you want?
who fits the silver and black?
I would like linebacker, but
Oh.
they need a lot of help. I mean, their offensive line went from being one of the best in the league to looking a lot like the Packers, where there's a lot of question marks. So they could use a center. I think they got rid of Rodney Hudson, who was one of the best centers. So could go center. I would like to see linebacker or offensive line, whether it's tackle, Vera Tucker, some flexibility. I don't really want to see them go with some speedy wide receiver who's not going to be able to catch. And I'd rather not see them get an injured cornerback, even if he's fast. So,
Mac Jones.
no.
I have a feeling now that this Rodgers stuff has come out, I think the Packers go wide receiver
Mhm.
because I think they're going to want to make Rodgers happy. I really feel like they're going to go that route now. And I don't know if that's a good idea, but I think they can. I think that's what you're going to do.
Not a good idea.
I think that covers them either way, right? Odds are Devontae's going to walk at the end of next year or at the end of this year. So if Rodgers is there, it could be we drafted a receiver to try to help out Aaron. And if not, or really it's let's get a young receiver to build some rapport with Jordan Love, if we can say his name yet. I think it's one of those picks that it's a pick that I think covers them either way. Depending on how it plays out, they can spin it either way. So that's why I really think they go Minnesota again. They go for another gopher if he's still there.
Oh my gosh. No, you're alumni?
Shad.
Your alumni. Well,
I don't want Devontae Adams 2 point. Actually, he's not even 2 point. He's like Devontae Adams 0.09.
0.75. He's not as tall.
Right. And it's just not, it's not good.
Guys,
a sloppy handwriting guy.
The Packers need 4 starters. They need 4 starters from this draft. So come on, draft a starter in the first round. Draft a starter, please.
Oh, Jets pick is in.
Boy. Pick.
You got Corley Bayless. What happened to your hair, Corey Bayless?
Is he coming in?
Had to go. Had to go.
Why? It got too hot in Green Bay or wherever you're living. I can't remember where you're living. Green Bay, Appleton. You cut your hair.
Yep, a little bit.
Oh, Vikings got the 23rd and 2 2021 third round picks for this move. And the Jets picked up a 4th.
That's not much.
It's not nothing.
Vikings aren't very good at trading picks. Damn, the Packers should have went for it with them. What are they doing? Come on. God dang Packers.
We could have given them Kevin King and switch picks.
Yeah. Corey, we're going to get into the Aaron Rodgers stuff later.
Corey,
after the Raiders pick.
Since you're here, how many starters do you think the Packers need to draft this year?
All of them. So much help. They really do.
They got Aaron Jones. He's good.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. They need a lot of help on the offensive line. They really do. Offensive line, defensive line, linebacker. They need another corner as well. They really do.
Oh, here we go.
Pick us in. I hear the music.
Jetties. Oh man, Mr. Goodell. He's talking again. Make it quicker this time, Raj. Uh-oh, the Jets fans are worried. Jets fans are worried.
Barry Tucker.
Oh boy. There you go. They're pleased. Now they're pleased.
I think Minnesota should have stayed there and taken him instead of trading down and not getting anything back.
Wow. I wonder how Mo feels about the results of that trade. That's weird.
Jets pick a guard to trade up for. What the heck?
Hey, you got a good guard, man, that can mow him down. That's what the Packers are going to need. True. Man, I don't care. I just want finishers on the O line. Packers need more of the guys that stay with their blocks because Aaron Jones doesn't need great blocking. He just needs guys that stick with their blocks. This guy, I'm not impressed so far, what I'm seeing. He's fine, but I think Miners will probably be better than him as a pro. That's my bold prediction.
Jones going into England, do you think?
Pick is in for the Patriots already. Holy
They
moly!
want Jones. I bet that's got to be what it is.
Come on, really? You think so?
Well, what else? Who else would it be?
The
They
only
can
reason
still,
it being so fast.
I don't know. They love. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they could make it work one more year with a different quarterback. But it would be interesting to see if they go defense again. It's looking good for your Raiders, Rick. Couple picks away.
Again, I'm just hoping they take someone that actually makes the team, makes an impact, not a stupid pick that they go way too high for.
What's that like?
Yeah, try doing it for a decade straight.
Bernard is saying, Corey, you have to be nice tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed. I wasn't looking at the chat. I apologize, Bernard. Let me get back in there.
Just messing with you, Corey.
Monitor.
I'm always nice.
I know you are. We'll get into it later. I don't know what's going to happen. I was talking earlier. I was like, I think Jason, my brother, Jason, not Eckert, but I think he might not make it through the night after some of the stuff that might happen here, talking about stuff tonight. But we'll see what happens because he's really upset about this Aaron Rodgers stuff. But we're gonna get into that later.
I don't like Goody, and there's more reasons why now. Let's see. Patriots pick is in.
Mac Jones.
Robert Kraft's
It's gonna be a while. He's got like 3 cards with him again.
Well, yeah, they got to give Patriots Robert Kraft some more endorsements and something. I don't know what it is. He's like, here's Robert Kraft's grandnephew standing next to me. Look at him. They're so generous and they're fantastic. All right. Sounds good. All right, let's hear who it is. The Patriots do what? I wouldn't be surprised with the defensive
Mac Jones.
player,
Mac Jones.
Don Cox is going to tell us KOX or COX. Sorry. Oh man,
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, watch out! Wow. Well, Mo is at least protected from that one, so that's good.
How Cam Newton's going to be all upset and he's going to sit out. Damn it.
Cam Newton's not got nothing to say about this.
Cam Newton sucks.
Yeah. And that's the thing is Mac Jones is going to probably start for him
Right.
right off the bat because they're going to run the actual Patriots offense instead of some weird crap that happened last year where they looked like garbage half the year. Couldn't even get a first down half the time. I mean, at the beginning of the year, they were making plays and winning games, but after a while, they were like, man, this offense is, they couldn't even get first downs, couldn't move the ball, couldn't score points. And they still somehow got like, 8-8 or whatever the record was. I mean, Tom Brady 2.0 right here. Same guy, Tom Brady, a little bit more athletic, maybe not this strong arm, but decision making, stuff like that. The Patriots got lucky again. They got the guy that's a perfect fit for their offense. Spell right to him.
I have a bad feeling that the Cardinals are going to take one of our linebackers.
Yeah, well, I think I've had a lot of people see that they're taking either one of them. Either the really big guy. Who's the big guy that's like 250 pounds?
David Collins?
Yeah, that's the guy, but I see a lot of people taking him.
I like him too. He was a quarterback for a while. He's smart.
Yeah, well, JOK was a quarterback too, I think. Or maybe not. No. That was Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley was a quarterback in high school. He's a corner.
Collins is more along the lines of what Packers like. A guy a little bigger, but he's not as fast though. So I don't know. He's a little slow. A little on the slow side.
Goody said during his press conference after the season ended, they asked him about speed at inside linebacker, and he said, "Yeah, that'd be nice to have," kind of thing. So I just think that's what they want, and that's what they're going for. And not only that, if you look at Joe Barry and his background with defensive schemes, he likes the Seattle defense. He's got a little bit of that Vic Fangio stuff. Think of all the Vic Fangio teams. The 49ers, when they had those two linebackers with the 49ers. Who are the
Cardinals pick is in.
Who are those two guys? Crap. I'm losing my mind. Anyways, they had awesome inside linebackers with the 49ers, right? Back in the early 2010s. They had awesome inside linebackers with the Bears. The Rams had okay inside linebackers, but I just think that it's what Joe Barry wants is speed at inside linebacker to make plays, and that's what I want.
So even a guy like Jamin Davis, I think, could be a decent fit if they play Summers with him. Just some guys that can move side to side, cover more of the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Packers need. More speed on defense. And guys that like to tackle. It seems like they always draft defensive guys that don't like to tackle. Can we get some guys that like to tackle? Other than Blake Martinez, I guess he liked to tackle. He was good.
He did. He's just slow.
Yep. And he had a bad nickname. I mean, he should have changed it when he got to the pros. I mean, they could have came up with something better than that.
I forgot what his nickname was.
Machinist. He got it in college and he stuck with it. And I was like, come on, man.
It's weird. But that's what happens.
That is what happens.
You get a guy, he gets a nickname, and it sticks with him forever. Look at Mo.
It's like the gut. Oh, yeah, and Mo. Sorry.
And Eckes. Oh, wait.
That's your last name. The reason why I called you Eckes is because I already have a brother named Jason. So I never called you Jason once, ever. Because you're not Jason to me. You're Eckes to me. Because Jason is the guy who's already on the show already with me, too. And I've known him for my entire life. I didn't meet you till I was 18. So, to me, you're Eckes. To me, Jason is always going to be my brother. So that's why you're always Eckes to me.
My daughter even calls me Eckes.
She's Eckes too, though.
There's let's see what happens here in the next couple of picks, but there's a good chance that the Packers could have an opportunity to get an impactful defensive player, corner or the linebacker.
Edge rusher.
Yeah. Jeez.
Rick, stop it. Or
I would love to see the Packers trade up and then trade back in at the end again. Get two.
I like that. That's a good thing.
We've done it. We got Clay Matthews. We've done it a couple times.
I want two second round picks, and I want them both to be old.
Collins. They went with Collins.
Yep, Zaven Collins. Okay.
All right.
Back-to-back linebackers.
JOK is still there. Now we got to trade Devontae Adams to the Raiders for the first round pick here and get JOK. Boom. That's how we go. Trade Devontae to the Raiders. You get JOK. Then at 29, then you draft the receiver. Huh? Yep. I am a genius. Why am I not the head of the GM of the Pack? I would be the man.
Then you can trade Rodgers to the 49ers for Trey Lance. And yep.
You got Jordan Love, baby.
Yep.
You got Jordan Love, man.
Two quarterback sets.
That's
Pitch
what
it
you're
for
thinking,
one,
I
and the other throws it.
Put one at slot receiver, the other quarterback, and then you never know who's going to throw because you do the end around, and then next thing you know, he's throwing it. What? The MVS is wide open for a 60-yard bomb.
Direct snap to Aaron Jones every time.
Hey, I'll take it. Robert Tonyan used to play quarterback, I think. Put him at quarterback. I don't care.
Yep.
Pretty much everybody used to play quarterback nowadays in the NFL because all these high schools, they just take their most athletic guy and put him at quarterback. And then he goes to college and becomes something else. And then they go to their pros and you're like, he used to play quarterback. Yeah, in high school, he was a wishbone quarterback. Okay, awesome. That don't mean he can play quarterback in the NFL. Look at that guy with the Broncos last year when they had to play that wide receiver at quarterback who played quarterback in college or whatever. He was terrible.
Zaven Collins was valedictorian of his high school. Grew up in a town of 3,500 people. but I don't think he's going to be that good of a linebacker in the NFL.
I think he is. And I think the reason why he is because of what they drafted last year with Simmons. You got the speed and athleticism with Simmons, who's a little skinnier. And then you got this guy who's a beef monster who's got athleticism. They're going to be scary. The Cardinals defense is going to be scary. If they're going to need a corner though, because they lost Patrick Peterson. So they're going to need help at corner yet. But as far as the middle of that defense, and then with JJ Watt signed, I mean, the Cardinals are going to make a play this year and they're going to be a team to look out for.
Plus, didn't they just signed James Conner too?
Yeah, but running back, they don't need a running back. They got Kyler Murray. He's like a running back.
It's nice to have a safety valve upgrade.
Yeah, I mean he's a good. Connor is a good I think the misdirection of Kyler Murray will help James Conner even more. He'll be better because with Big Ben, he wasn't going to do anything. So James Conner, you could just focus on him and he wasn't going to get anywhere. But when you got a quarterback who might run, you got to worry about that. Next thing you know, James Conner is sneaking around for 5-6 yards, before he gets touched because they weren't looking at him. They were worried about Kyler Murray. So it's going to be I think the Cardinals are going to be able to play and be a player in that NFC West this year. And the 49ers better look out. I mean, they drafted Trey Lance, yeah, but he can't play this year. So they're going to have Jimmy G again, who's going to stick it up the joint before they let him go, unless they trade for Rodgers, which we'll get into later, but we don't have to talk about that now.
2.5 minutes still. Rick, where'd he go? 2.5 minutes till those Raiders come back. Unless they're trading. We will know with the silver and black.
Ran out of one beer. So
okay.
Another beer.
After the Raiders, make their pick and we get some thoughts, then we'll take a quick break here. We'll still be on, but we're going to give our break sign and put that up, and everybody can mute and go, do what you got to do. Number 1, number 2, or a number brew.
No.
Well, Rick, I think they might do it. What do you think the Raiders' biggest need and could be that they could fill with maybe the best player here?
I think it's linebacker.
Oh, no!
Their defense, they got rid of what's his name, Collins. Their defensive tackle. They need a safety. They need linebacker help. So get a fast linebacker, put him in the middle. At least it helps out on the other two spots. So.
He might take Ben's defensive weapon.
Well, based on PFF is saying the Raiders need a tackle, a guard, a cornerback, or a safety. That's their first 4 needs. They don't have needed inside linebacker.
Well, yeah.
They just signed Little from last year. Why would they waste a first-round pick on a guy when they just signed a guy to a big free agent contract last year?
Because they never keep guys for more than 2 years.
Do they take Morig and then, or should they trade back and try to take Morig?
Is that the guy that Kuiper had them taking?
Probably. He's the top safety. A lot of people have him going there.
People like him. They can say he's versatile and can make a big impact. So
he wouldn't have been fooled by that Patrick Mahomes stupid play at the end of the game where he ran up in the pocket and the safety bit on it and then left Kelsey wide open in the end zone like he did in that game with the Raiders against the Chiefs. Morig wouldn't get fooled by that at safety. So just so you know, that would be good. Better not be JOK or I'm gonna freaking smack somebody.
Probably gonna be JOK, Ben.
If he gets past the Raiders, people are saying he won't go until the Browns, which means the Packers could maybe sneak up and get him before that.
Packers got to make a move to get impact starter. Let's go.
I don't know.
I'm not going to trust the board falling to me to get impact. Go get it, impact. Let's go. See what the Raiders do here. It's dinging, and Goodell is not going to take forever this time.
Leatherwood?
Oh, Leatherwood!
They did it again, Rick. They did something that makes no sense. They could have had how many other guys at that spot?
Okay, I like Leatherwood in the second round. Not
Dude, you got Darashaw, Lil,
Yeah.
Jenkins, Reduns, Cosme,
yeah,
Eichenberg, all those guys, Christensen's maybe not, but Eichenberg, all those guys are all about the same guy. I think Jenkins is better. I don't know.
again, I'd like Leatherwood maybe in the second round, but even late first round would have been a stretch.
I know
Wow.
he's pretty athletic, but he is one of the guys that's kind of softer to me and doesn't stick with his block very well.
Yeah.
So 17th pick for a guy who doesn't stick with his block very well. No thanks. Yuck. Sorry,
I'm
Rick.
sorry, Rick. Sorry, Rick.
Sorry.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just gonna watch. They're gonna show highlights, and I guarantee he's not gonna block very long.
you stuck
Oh,
with
that
that
could-
one.
Sort of, but as soon as the guy gave him the swim back, he was off balance and out of it. He's like,
Yeah,
"Look at
by
me!"
then Carl had thrown the ball.
I think that's the biggest reach so far.
Wow. Wow.
Sorry, Rick.
Could be worse.
At least you're still half a Packer fan. That's good news for you. Of course, you got the
At
whole
least it's-
Rodgers news today, so I guess that's not good news. I'm sorry.
At least it's a position they need.
That's true.
He's got pretty quick feet.
Wait, did you say he has pretty quick feet or pretty quick feet?
Yeah, both. And
Okay.
he also has got long arms. So if you know how to get your arms extended, that can help you. But I mean, ouchie.
Yeah, but with those long arms, it also means that if you hold, they'll call it on you more because you'll be hanging on
Yeah.
longer and they'll see it better. Sometimes, I got to be honest, sometimes being a tackle with short arms is better because when you hold, they don't see you holding because you can't get ripped, take it all away from you as much. Just saying, sometimes it's not bad to have a short arm tackle.
Oh man. Dolphins pick is in it too. So
Already?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
because they
messed
probably
up.
were like, what? JOK is still there? Sweet, I'm taking him.
Shoot.
That's probably what happened. They were like, how did he get past the Raiders? I'll take him. You kidding me? Brian Flores is freaking happier than hell. Well, do you want to get into the whole Aaron Rodgers stuff yet, or do we want to wait till after the Vikings pick at 23?
Well, you got some time. You can talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it yet. I want to hear other people's opinions on it and then see what's going on and what their thoughts are with the whole situation.
Yeah, that's fine. It's the elephant here. I'll update picks as we can, but I don't know. Bruce has had his ear to the ground, and Ekis was sending messages and all kinds of stuff. So you guys want to talk about craziness that came out today relating to the Packers? Because apparently they always have to make news in the first day of the draft. I don't know why, but they do. Bruce,
It's worrying, that's for sure. But
I've already kind of made my comments, I guess. It's there's obviously issues going on there, and I worry if we keep AR now, what's the locker room going to be like? Because of all this, Yahoo stuff going on. I mean, yeah, if he really said he doesn't want to play for the Packers, but then that comes back and plays for him if we pay him or something like that. How's the locker room going to react? Are they going to believe in him? Are they going to like him at this point, or are they going to be PO'd at him? I mean, you don't know what that's going to do to a team.
I think some of it's a context of, was he saying, how did he say he doesn't want to play there? Was if they're not going to stand behind him? I mean, there's more to the conversation. So taking that out of context, it's hard to really say how that could impact the locker room. I mean, a lot of the team has to see what they've been doing the last 2 years.
Well,
I
there's
guess my
so
feelings
much
are no different than they were last year at this time.
there's so much that we don't know, like what parts of what does Rodgers want more, and what are they is just the years, or is there more to it? Who knows? I don't know. But when Rodgers was saying, "Oh, it's a beautiful mystery," and he is playing it off just like he played off the whole Love thing the whole year, and I commended him for that. He said, they screwed me last year drafting Love, and he didn't say much about it and took the high road, and that was really cool of him. And he said, I threw a wrench in there. I thought Rogers was playing it cool, and Gutekunst saying, we're working on it. So it seems like we're getting lied to by both people in my eyes, I guess.
Jalen Phillips, defensive end, selected by the Dolphins, so we don't need that. So that's helps save the Packers from making a bad pick.
It does. I mean, it's one more pick we didn't want, so that's great. I mean, that just pushes more guys we want down the board. That's excellent. We don't any pass rusher that gets drafted. That makes me happy because we don't want a pass rusher at this point.
He was classically trained in piano since he was 8 years old, but
well, then I want him now. God dang it! You sold me, son of a gun. Why did we take that guy? He could have played some Chopin for us.
Just think of the Packer alumni days when Don Mikowski was back. Him and Mikowski could get on there and jam out.
Yeah, every rose has its thorn. Jamming out. Bruce will show up. He'll sing a line or two. I think my 14% wine is starting to hit me a little bit. Whee!
Good. You're a happy guy when stuff hits you.
Well, I'm not going to be happy. All right, I'm getting into it now. Unless you want to go, I'm going to do my Aaron Rodgers.
I just have a couple of questions and thought hopefully.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go? Because I got some stuff to say.
You go ahead. I have to get a beer here, so.
But Corey hasn't said anything yet. I don't know if Corey wants to talk or if you want to talk after me, Corey. It's up to you.
I got to hear what Corey says at least, so I got to stick around.
Oh, well, now it's on me. They might as well just start the party now and just end the relationship with Rodgers. That we all knew that this was probably going to be the last year with him anyways. End the party now. Just kick it off and get going. It's honestly, it's a business. The Packers are a business model. They're a business team. They have to show that not one player is bigger than the business. It's not bigger than the team. So really what they do in these next few picks leading up to theirs is going to determine where they stand. Honestly, I'm with everybody else. They need to draft up. They need to trade up, pick JOK, trade back in if they traded their first round pick and take Caleb Farley, shore up the defense, and then go for depth after that. They show Rodgers that he's not the team. Then just move on and trade him. Get rid of him. You take the cap hit this year, but then all that money that you're saving, you can use to extend Jair and everybody else that you need to.
And that's the key. I mean, here's the thing I'm going to say. It all started with Goody. He screwed up. Plain and simple. He drafted Jordan Love. He drafted Jordan Love last year and started this whole mess. And so I honestly believe in the heart of my hearts, this needs to happen. Rodgers needs to go. And Jordan Love needs to come in. And we need to see, is it the system? Is LaFleur a good coach? Is Grudy a good GM? Or was it all Rodgers just making it look good for 2 years, getting to the NFC Championship? That's what I want to know. And that's what needs to be decided. And Goody started it by drafting Love. If he would have drafted Love and he would have actually drafted for the freaking right now instead of drafting for the future like all the Packers have always done, then it wouldn't matter because they would have won the goddamn Super Bowl in the last 2 years. One out of the last 2 years, they would have won the damn Super Bowl. So it's Goody's fault that they didn't win the Super Bowl in the last 2 years because he drafted effing Jordan Love last year. They could have drafted a freaking wide receiver. Could have drafted an inside linebacker. They could have drafted a defensive lineman. They could have drafted an offensive lineman. They could have drafted anything other than quarterback and then running back, which they did not need, and then tight end in the third round, which they did not need, and they would have been great. So
no fourth round pick. And then you laid it out in that whole video about a month ago where you went through the whole draft and you're like, where he was complaining, well, not complaining, but he was saying, well, if they had limited opportunities, but they made an impact, they played well with the limited opportunities. And then you went through like, well, why would they get any opportunities based on the positions you drafted?
Right. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So, but here's the things that happen. So it's Goody's fault to begin with. Number one, this whole Aaron Rodgers thing, all this stuff that came out today, which is crazy about how he wants to be gone and blah, 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 and all this crap. It's Goody's fault. But here's the thing. Over the last month or so, or 3-4 months, here's what's happened. The Packers have signed back every Pro Bowl, all-pro type player they have on the team. Bakhtiari, Kenny Clark, Aaron Jones, all these guys signed back. They restructured Zadarius, Preston, Billy Turner, all these guys so that the cap would go down. Right? There's something going on in the draft that I don't know about. What happened?
Jamin Davis, another linebacker selected by Washington. We didn't need him anyway.
That's good. That's good. No, we want JOK. Okay. Right? So they did all this stuff. But they didn't extend Rodgers. They didn't restructure Rodgers. It hit the point where they had to pay him the extra $6.8 million because he was on the salary or on the roster bonus, blah, blah, blah. They haven't done Devontae. Why is that? And we all thought, oh, they want to move on from Rodgers. They want to move on from Devontae, which they do, which is good because Devontae is not what he wants. He's not worth what he wants. But the problem is this. We thought it was the GM and the Packers who didn't want Rodgers for the extended future. Now it comes out today, they offered him an extension. He said no. They went to California on numerous occasions. He said, get out of my face. Now, do I blame Rodgers for the fact that he said, get out of my face? No, I do not blame him. I agree with what he's thinking. He says, screw you. You screwed me last year. I'm screwing you this year and forever. And I don't have a problem with that. But to think that anybody who's going to be on Rodgers' bandwagon or hating the Packers or hating Rodgers or loving the Packers or whatever it all is, it's a big mess that started with Goody last year. But the bottom line is they went to see him. They tried to extend him. They tried to make the salary cap. Remember a couple weeks ago when they said that there was a report that said, yeah, the Packers are waiting on Rodgers so that they can sign free agents. That means they wanted Rodgers to restructure. They wanted to get more salary cap space. Rodgers said no. Not the Packers saying no. Rodgers said no. That tells you a lot. I, as a Packer fan, am ready to say goodbye to Aaron Rodgers. I, as a Packer fan, am ready to see if Matt LaFleur is a good coach. I, as a Packer fan, am ready to have this offense run through Aaron Jones, Robert Tonyan, MVS going deep. That's what I want to see. No more Billy Turner to go. Come on, goddamn it. Don't play Billy. But, and not only that, if it all falls apart, if Rodgers gets traded or gets out of town or whatever the case is, and it all falls apart, it's egg all over Goody's face. You should love this, Jason. You should love this. Goody is the problem. If Rodgers is gone and the Packers suck, Goody is gone. Then they bring in somebody else who actually knows what the hell's going on, maybe. Who doesn't freaking draft a quarterback in the first round when you got a goddamn MVP sitting on your goddamn team? It's not freaking Rodgers' fault. It's Goody's fault. And Rodgers is now saying, you know what? I'm tired of this crap. I'm sick of all you morons in the front office who are a bunch of idiots who do stupid ass crap all the time. I'm done with it. I'm done. I'm done as a fan. I, for Aaron Rodgers, want to see him go somewhere else. If I want to see what they draft, if they draft some stupid ass wide receiver in the first round, I'm going to lose my shit. And I'm going to freaking go nuts. Yeah, the alcohol's hitting me, but I don't care. I have had enough of this crap. And it's time. It is time. I am tired of the diva quarterback taking over the franchise. All I know is this Aaron Rodgers thing sounds a lot like Russell Wilson to me. And we all hate Russell Wilson. So why do we not hate Aaron Rodgers? Same damn shit. I hate Aaron Rodgers. I hate Russell Wilson. Same crap. I love Aaron Rodgers, though. That's the part that sucks. But Goody started it last year. And if Rodgers gets out of town, he forces Goody to have the egg on his face when the freaking team falls apart. So it's best for Rodgers to get out of town. Goody's the problem, not Rodgers.
Do you think that's what Rodgers is doing?
Yes.
I mean, the problem that they had 2 years ago, that's, I think, why they drafted Love. It was already this isn't going to work. Like Rodgers and LaFleur, it's not clicking. They draft Love, basically not wanting to be the bad guys, leave it up to Rodgers to say, I want out. But he didn't want out. He came back with an MVP season. Now they can't just trade him. So he's, made it really hard to execute that plan. When he sucked it up, he stayed there, he played, had an awesome season. So now they want to restructure.
But that's the other thing.
But what are they going to get from restructuring? Like, he's smart enough that he's not going to get screwed by restructuring, and then they cut him and he loses a bunch of money or something.
Well, the thing is this. Last year at this time, the Packers were ready to move on from Rodgers. Then he goes out and kicks butt. And the problem is now they're like, oh crap, he kicked butt. Let's restructure everybody's contracts. Let's sign back all our guys. Let's go try to make a run again. And then Rodgers is like, psych. He pulls the rug underneath him. And it's not his fault. Rodgers is doing the genius move. He holds all the cards. It's not like he's like a jerk. He's not. He's like, listen, you guys tried to screw me last year. I came through. I'm the man. And now you're trying to make it look like I'm the bad guy, when really you were the bad guy last year, and I made you look good. So now I want out to make you look like the crap that you are. I'm not going to have you have a career for 10 years from now because I saved your butt for freaking all these years. I already did that for Ted Thompson for years and years and years. No. I'm not going to give Goody. Yeah, and McCarthy. I'm not going to give Goody and LaFleur. Maybe he likes LaFleur. From what I hear, he's okay with LaFleur. But he can't stand Goody, can't stand Mark Murphy, can't stand half those guys in the freaking front office guys because they don't care. But the worst part is this, and somebody said it, I can't remember if it was Bruce or Eckes or Corey or whoever. They said, how does this look on the team? Like, how does the team take this? Because they all restructured their contracts. They all signed back to go make one more run. And now they hear Rodgers is like, yeah, I don't want to come back. Like, they're going to be like, man, we just restructured everything for you, man. We just did everything because we were thinking you're the man. You're going to lead us to the whole thing. And now you don't want to come back. I mean, it's a weird, it makes Rodgers look really bad, which I know, Jason, you're upset about. And you said, it just can't possibly be Rodgers. This is the Packers saying this. Yeah, the Packers had to build this out. There's no way Rodgers would let out that the Packers came to see him 3 times or came all the way across the country. Murphy and Goody and LaFleur all came to visit him. No, Rodgers wouldn't tell anybody that. Obviously, the Packers let that out. So it's a thing where, hey, the Packers are trying to make Rodgers look bad because I think they've tried for the last 2 or 3 months to get him to do an extension or get him to do some kind of restructure. They can get more cap space. And he said no. And now they're like, you know what? We're going to let this out and let people know that he said no and make him look like the bad guy. And he is for saying no, but he's not a bad guy for doing it. He's just being a realist. He knows he's got all the cards and he's playing all the cards. He's got the stacked deck. They got like the 1. He's got the ace. And the ace, well, the 1 is an ace. Take that back. They got a 2. He's got an ace. But you know what I'm saying? Anyways, if we're playing, unless we're playing euchre, right, Eckes, then it's just the jack. Freaking Rodgers has the jack. All the other guys, they got a 9. They're screwed. Jacks win. That's all I'm saying. It all comes down to that. I'm done. I'm not going to say anymore because I think I'm really drunk. But what I'm saying is this.
I
think I made some sense in there. The fact that Rodgers got the cards. He knows what he wants. They're trying to make him look bad. His teammates are now going to be like giving him the side eye. I don't think he could actually come back and be a leader of this team. Not only that, he wasn't really the leader. They had to bring in guys they had to bring in Mercedes to be a leader. They had to have Charles Woodson to be the leader. They had to have, what's his face? The big tall guy, Julius Peppers to be the leader. There always was somebody else was the leader, not ever Rodgers. What does that tell you? He's not a leader. He doesn't think about football in the offseason. I'm ready. Aaron Jones is the centerpiece of this offense. Robert Tonyan is a freaking 11 touchdown Pro Bowl freaking tight end. He should have been in the Pro Bowl. MVS, if he just catches a damn ball, is a freaking crazy freak wide receiver. Let's go. Let's see if LaFleur can coach. Let's see if Goody can actually put a team together. I think it's time, gentlemen. I think it's time to let Rodgers go. Let him go win a Super Bowl with somebody else or fall apart. Maybe he'll go somewhere and he'll suck. And the Packers will still be good. It'll be telling to see what it is. But that's my take. I'm done. I'm sorry I talked so long. But but I'm kind of drunk.
Giants took Kadarius Toney.
Tony.
Kadarius Toney, wide receiver. That's good
Is
news.
it that, or did we find out we pronounced his name wrong for all this time? And it's
No,
actually
it's actually Tony. It's actually Tony.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Claire, we didn't need again, so that's good. It picked 20, so that's good. Colts are on the clock. Okay, so I get all that, Ben, and I get all this stuff, and I understand all of it, but I have a couple of questions. I'm a little skeptical because about some of the things here that have come out in these stories, because it's sources, unnamed sources, and it's whatever, the Packers said he said this to people in the organization that he didn't want to come back. And on top of it, the Packers say, oh, yes, each of our 3 key guys went out to see him individually in person to talk to him, try to change his mind, try to talk to him. Brian Gutekunst comes out again and says in the media, no, we're committed to Aaron Rodgers through the 2021 season and beyond. We look forward to competing for championships with Aaron as our quarterback and our leader of our football team. I believe Matt LaFleur at the end of last season when he said he better be back. And yeah, I want him back because I believe him. Brian Gutekunst, I don't believe a damn word that guy says. And here's the thing. This is what makes me think. Unless Goody or something else was said or done that just totally brought him over the edge, this seems all too perfect for the Packers to have everything line up where we did everything we could. Look at all the stuff we did, and he just didn't want to play for us anymore, and so now we can move on from him. And we did everything we could to keep him. So they come out looking like that. And the other thing that makes me question this is this just seems too sloppy for Aaron Rodgers. The guy who went through the whole Brett Favre transition, said all the right stuff, did all the right stuff. The guy who has almost always, he's done good things. He cares about his legacy. He talked about playing for the same team for his whole career, how that meant something to him. He's got connections to Green Bay. He's got connections to the Bucs. He's got connections to Wisconsin. He understands all of that and also what that means for him after football in terms of money continuing to come in, opportunities to continue to be connected to the team and have, appearances and other stuff where all you got to do is show up and he makes some money, right? And on top of that, he's always cared about what people think about him. So this just seems way too sloppy for a guy that's shown that for his whole life and his whole professional career, that all of a sudden he just said that to people in the organization so they could put it out. I don't know. It just seems all too perfect for the Packers. And if I was Brian Gutekunst, who lies through his teeth all the damn time, and I was like, I made that pick, I screwed up, but I have no regrets, of course. That's what I'm going to say in front of people. But I've got to move on to this kid. And if I do right now, the fan base is going to kill me. Worse yet, what if Aaron Rodgers has another MVP season? Or worse yet, we win the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. And then next year, what am I going to do? What the hell am I going to do? I can't move on from him then. So maybe I lie again. I don't know. It's speculation, but it just seems too perfect for the Packers to get out of this looking like they did everything they could and making Aaron Rodgers the villain. And it seems too sloppy for a guy that's his whole track record, his whole life, and being a representative of the team. So that's what I think. You can say whatever you want to that. I don't care.
I agree with a lot of that. And I think until it comes out what was actually offered, it's really hard to say one way or the other, right? I mean, if Packers can say he's saying this, but if they're giving him some ridiculous restructuring that, again, it's backloaded enough that so he's playing for chump change this year, and then they cut him and he gets screwed over in the deal. Well, yeah, why would he do that? I mean, they've shown no commitment to him in the last couple of years. So I wouldn't blame him at all if it's like, okay, show me you really want me here. Give me some money up front, guarantee this, give me these things. And if they're playing games and trying to push things back just to like, oh no, you're our guy for the future. You're a guy for our future, without putting the money where their mouth is. And then he says,
that's a great
I
point
don't. If
because
that's how you're going to play it, then I don't want to be here. And then they say he doesn't want to be here.
what have they done? They have said things publicly that completely, in many cases, contradict what they're doing. They draft Jordan Love, and then they say Goody's quote from Ben following the draft was, for a guy that they gave up a 4th-round pick and only moved up 4 spots to pick him, and gave up their 4th-round pick when they could have picked a wide receiver last year. They could have picked a linebacker. They could have picked a D lineman. They could have picked somebody that could have actually helped them and made the team, maybe played more than 200 snaps. And then they went out and said, well, we think he has a chance, where they were like, well, the media's just said, you must have been so enamored by him and the talent or whatever that you just had to go up and get him. And in the first round, and like, well, we feel he has a chance to become a solid NFL player. That's the quote. And Aaron's our guy. We're committed to Aaron Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. That's what they say publicly. And then they do things that contradict what they say publicly. If they're going to say stuff to you as Aaron Rodgers, like, why the hell would you believe it? Unless it's in the contract and the money, because they'll do what the money says. They showed you that with on Monday, Darius Smith, with Jimmy Graham for 2 years. They showed you that with all those guys that cost money. They'll do what the money says. But once the money lets them have an out, okay, we'll move on.
They said on Monday, Goody said that Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback for this foreseeable future.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But apparently Goody's got really bad eyesight because he can only see it until like 3 days later. He don't know jack squat. All I know is this. It's time. I am sick of the diva quarterback. I am sick.
I'll tell you what I'm sick of.
I don't care if the Packers go down in flames. As a Packer fan, I want to see the Packers run as a team. No more damn diva quarterbacks. I had Brett Favre holding his freaking crap over the team for how many damn years, and Aaron Rodgers for another freaking damn 20, 15 freaking years. No more. Give me a damn team. Give me Aaron Jones. Give me freaking Tunyon. Give me a good offensive line. Draft me a freaking goddamn Jeremiah whatever the hell his name is. That guy. That's what I want. Man, I'm drunk. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, they need to pick one or the other and go with it. This like wishy-washy limbo back and forth thing isn't going to work. You can't keep doing that for the next 2 or 3 years.
Kwity Paye just got drafted as well.
That's a terrible name.
Sorry to interrupt. I do have to say this, but what I'm sick of is this. That's fine, Ben. You can be sick of that and want to move on. I also agree that it's time for the Packers to move on. It's time for Rodgers. It's time for Rodgers to move on and the Packers to move on, because I want to see, as much as it's going to pain me, I want to see what this team is like without him, because I want Goody to be gone, and I think it won't take long. Couple years, and he will reveal that he is not good at evaluating talent, that he's not good at making decisions, and in that process, this team will stink it up. And the only thing that they've had is a great quarterback like that to carry them to be a better team than what they are, to win games, and that's really the key, right? To win games that otherwise they might not have won. If he doesn't make some of the plays he makes, they might not have won, and likely wouldn't have won. So you take away those wins, and instead of being a playoff team a bunch of times over this span, they're a team that just misses out on the playoffs. They're a solid team. They're 8-8. They're 9-7 some years. Sometimes they're 7-9. And that's what they are. And that's not going to cut it in Green Bay for too long, because this whole generation of Packers fans is used to winning. They're used to winning North titles. They're used to being in the playoffs. They're used to being in NFC championship games. Let's go. So, okay, it's time to move on. But if you're going to do it, you better draft 2 starting offensive linemen tomorrow, 2 of them, and run the heck out of the ball.
Here's what I think is going to happen. Packers are going to trade with the Vikings right now. They're going to trade Aaron Rodgers to the Vikings for their next 3 first-round picks after this, plus this one. They're going to get JOK, and they're going to have a bunch of first-round picks. The Vikings will have Aaron Rodgers. The Packers will get Kirk Cousins. What do you think, Mo? You're back. Ready for the Vikings pick? It's coming up. We've been talking about the Aaron Rodgers situation. I'm thinking Kwity Paye is gone, Mo. What's there for the Vikings? in the next 2 picks, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. You lost your Elijah Vera Tucker guy. What's left?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised they traded with the Jets and then they took Tucker. So they must not have really wanted him in the first place. But they're particular about offensive linemen. They like guys with a certain RAS, like the relative athletic score, where yours would be probably about 1. Ben, but I mean, I give you maybe 1.5 for the juke move.
Dude,
But,
that's right. My cone drill is good. My cone drill is good.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, unless they're looking at defensive end, like an edge, like maybe a Rousseau out of the University of Miami is one option still there if they really kind of like him. He obviously had production, but I don't know. And seeing his tape, I'm not overwhelmed. I don't like his motor. I like someone that has more of a motor in that spot. So I don't know where they're going to go here. There's still a lot of options. I think there's still some linemen there, but none that really are, again, super exciting. So maybe they'll trade back again. I don't know.
Well, you got
maybe they'll take JOK.
What about Trayvon Moreg, safety? You guys lost Harris, so you could use a good safety, right?
Yeah, they picked up Xavier Woods from Dallas, just a 1-year deal, who's a serviceable guy.
Yeah, Dallas defense is really good last year, Mo. No,
yeah.
Trust me. You might be drafting a safety.
He's a solid guy. I mean, maybe. I mean, if Zimmer gets his way, he'll get a defensive guy here probably, and then they have now 4 third-round picks and 4 fourth-round picks, so they'll be able to trade back in the second round tomorrow, probably to get a lineman that they want. So they could definitely go defense here.
Well, it's coming up, and I'm sure that's exciting. Rick was disappointed with his Raiders pick. I think Jason went to go take a dump. I don't know. He disappeared.
I got one more surprise because
he's got a surprise.
I was getting mad about being a Packer fan, so I had to be happy.
Your dump so the surprise is not a dump. Is that what you're saying?
So number 2, and
it is a number 2.
A number.
Whoa! Get out of here! Wow, that is awesome with a capital A right there. Awesome with a capital A.
It's the only way I could stay a Packer fan. If they get rid of this guy this year, I'm out for at least 1 year.
You know what? That makes me happy. I don't even care about the Aaron Rodgers drama. That Lukey Patrick jersey just brought a smile to my face. It's kind of a creepy smile, but it's a smile.
My favorite Green Bay Packer. The first jersey I bought since Doug Evans. And I didn't even buy that one. First Packer jersey I ever bought.
I'd buy an Aaron Jones one, but I'm worried. Oh, go ahead, Bruce. Sorry.
Caleb Farley to the Titans.
JOK.
JOK
will
there.
be A-OK.
Yeah, I'm telling you
A-OK
right now,
if we get
it's gonna
JOK.
fall to 26, and then the Browns are going to take them, and the Packers aren't going to trade up, and it's going to piss me off.
I'm telling you, the Vikings are going to take JOK. They're going.
No! They've already got
stop it.
freaking Kendricks. They don't need JOK. Dang it.
No.
They'll play him at safety.
We need a playmaker. Defensively. They say number 1. Ooh. Zimmer, he'll let him go, right? Right, Mo? No. Oh. All right. Corey, we didn't hear from you yet. Well, we did hear from you, but what do you think JOK could mean to the Packers defense based on what you've seen from him? We liked him a lot in terms of his instinct, speed, tackling, all kinds of stuff.
He's a fast guy. He's a different kind of player that they haven't had on their defense for a long time. He's a smart guy. He's a smart, fast defensive player, which they haven't had. And that's what they need. It really is. I mean, I think it really just boils down to that. They need somebody who's smart on defense and somebody who's fast and willing to get in the mix.
Titans took Farley, indeed.
Well, that's disappointing.
Wow. I mean, that it's sad, but I mean, the saddest part about the whole Kevin King re-signing is we don't know what the hell Josh Jackson is. And we're not going to know now because he's not going to play. So we just wasted a second-round pick from 4 years ago that's going to just sit there and not even ever play. And we're never going to know if he's ever any good. We already know Kevin King sucks. But now he's going to play over Josh Jackson, and it's just dumb. And now the Vikings are on the clock, and look at Mo. Oh, he's all paying attention now. Mo's all excited.
Vikings trade out again.
Whoa, Vikings!
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Hey, did you ask Mo about what they got for trading back? That didn't seem like a very good trade, Mo.
So it was 2/3 they got out of it, and they swapped first. So, but
Then gave up
Jets,
a fourth.
It was maybe a late fourth or something. But so was it a fourth? It was like 124. Is that a 124th overall? Is that fourth round? So the Jets' first third round pick though is the first pick in the third round, so it's almost a second rounder. I would have liked more. I'm not going to lie, considering that the Bears gave up like another first round pick or something. So, but they have enough ammunition to move in the second round, and that's all that really matters, I guess. I don't know.
Would you have liked him to stay put and pick Vera Court or whatever?
Vera Tucker, it would have been fine. I kind of like that they trade down. I guess I was hoping they get a little bit more, but I guess not.
Hey, Jace, real quick. Handbone M, a guy I've never seen comment in any of our live streams before, is a new guy commenting. He says, Jair, Gary, Savage, Jenkins, all Goody picks. Maybe Goody is not as bad as we think he is. Maybe he's a jerk. He might be a jerk, 100% a jerk. But maybe a good evaluator of talent. And we'll find out if Rodgers is gone.
We'll find out.
And then Goody it's gonna be his team. And if the team
Was
stinks, we'll find out if it's Goody or if it's
Can you guys see this okay?
Get that? No.
Can you see that
dang
okay?
it. Oh, I'm scarred.
I'll put it back
so
on
ugly.
speaker view. No, it's that's fine. Okay, Hambone, I understand. Jair is a good pick. I think he's a little overhyped based on lack of big plays that he makes. But I understand he's pretty good at covering people, and most of the time he's a pretty good tackler, but I see him shy away from tackles at times in games too. It kind of pisses me off. Is Savage really an impactful guy? I don't think so. He's fine. He's an average NFL safety at this point, who was a first round pick. And Gary showed a lot of flashes last year. I think he needs to play full time. I think he needs to be like a 70% of the snaps kind of guy and be the starter to see if he can be the man. I do like him. I turned around on him in 1 year from as a rookie to last year. I think he showed a lot, and I think he was our best edge guy last year. And of course, the Pro Bowl would tell you differently, but I think he was better than Zadarius Smith mostly because of effort and technique. So I like him. And in terms of Jenkins, Jenkins is good, very good, and he's versatile, but I don't see him. He's not a dominant player anywhere yet. So hopefully he gets there, but he's good. So anyway, maybe, but I can name some other picks too.
Hey, Goody also drafted Ty Summers. You love Ty Summers.
Did he, or did somebody else?
I'm just saying he drafted Ty Summers. You love Ty Summers.
I do love Ty Summers, and I think he can be an impact player if he gets on the field.
Even if Gary ends up being a superstar, you still got to question using your first round pick on an edge guy when you bring in Zadarius and Preston. Is that really your greatest need in the first round?
Yeah. This is the thing. Let me just say this. Because I listen to more draft stuff, and I watch much more draft stuff this year than I did before for these other guys in their draft, their draft analysis and stuff like that. And what they all talk about, best player available is the way to go through the draft and long-term success and all this sort of stuff. And that's great. Okay, fine. But there are 11 spots on defense, 11 spots on offense, and you need players that will get on the field, especially when you're drafting in the first couple rounds. Like, I want to see those guys that are going to be on the field, unless your plan is to pick a guy that's a super freak and then try to trade him for some value. Fine, but they don't do that very often. So give me guys that can actually get on the field. What in the hell is the point of having 4 tight ends when most of the time you're going to have two of them, maybe one only on the field? What's the point? Give me guys that are going to get on the field. That's what I want for my early rounds. Yes, Bruce.
Darisaw.
Pick is in.
I think it's going to be Darisaw. It could be Moreg, the safety.
Oh, I like him.
Moreg, but number one on ESPN's big board right now has the initials J. Okay.
Oh, you bastard! Don't say that.
No.
Darisaw is a scheme fit for their blocking scheme too, so I think it's likely that it's Darisaw here. It's a pretty good get at this pay. I mean, he's projected even a little higher than this too, so I think it's a good get at this spot. I wouldn't be mad about the safety either. Zimmer doesn't look too happy on the screen right now, so I bet it's not a defensive guy.
None of them look happy, Mo.
Dude.
I hope it's Darisaw. I think Darisaw would be good.
I live in Minnesota. I never look happy.
Rogers tells us here.
Darisaw it is.
Okay. Rick is just like 2 seconds ahead of me here. All right. Sounds good.
Nice. Yeah. Check it out, guys.
Congratulations, Mo. You got the better tackle.
Mo, are you happy with this, Mo? Are you feeling confident in your offensive line moving forward? Are you worried that Zadarius Smith is going to run right through the middle? Like, what's going on?
Well, yeah.
Well, Zadarius Smith's a little lazy. I mean, you guys exposed that on tape, so I think I like Darisaw. I mean, I'm assuming he's going to be left tackle for them, plug and play right away. He's his own blocking type of guy, so I think it's good.
Not
If
exciting,
the Packers
though,
don't
right?
trade up, I don't think we get JOK.
Look he can hold on the edge almost as well as Bakhtiari.
They got to move. They got to move now and get. They cannot sit pat. They got 10 picks in this draft. We don't need 10 players. We need impactful players and guys that can get on the field. And a fast linebacker who tackles can get on the freaking field on this team.
Steelers are going to take him just like they did what?
No. They already got Devin Bush. They're not going to take an inside linebacker.
No.
They might take Landon Dickerson. They might take Najee Harris. They might take an offensive lineman, but they're not going defense. They're going offense. The Steelers are going offense because their offense was so one-dimensional last year. They've got to fix that. They can't be just pass. They need offensive line help. They need running back help. They need center help. And that's where the Steelers are going to go. One of those three spots.
Asante Samuel, that's who we're taking.
That's who we're taking? We're going to take a little tiny corner. We're going to have Jair, who's 5'10", another guy who's 5'9", playing corner.
That's who we're taking.
We're going to get screwed. We're going to go up against Mike Evans and all these guys, and they're going to just, like, Tom Brady's just going to just throw it up, and then they're going to be like, oh, thanks.
I'd rather move up. Steelers pick is in.
Steelers pick is in. Yeah, they didn't even waste any time. They're like, boom, Landon Dickerson. Thank you.
All right, let's do it.
Well, they didn't take Mac Jones, so there's that.
You're protected from that one. That's
The
good.
Patriots got him. They got Tom Brady, number 2.0.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
I like Mac Jones.
You do like
Anybody who looks less athletic than me, I like him.
Steelers faithful are pumped here. Let's see.
That means they took the running back. The Steelers faithful are not that smart, so they probably think running back is a good pick.
They're outside. They don't know what's going on.
I am telling you, man.
They're probably mistaking Najee Harris with Najee Davenport.
Pee in the closet. Oh, no,
Poop in the
wait.
closet.
If this guy falls, come on. How much further is he going to fall? They gotta move a couple spots to get him. They got to trade with Jacksonville, man.
With
Honest to
everyone that
God.
Cleveland's added on the defensive side of the ball, would they go for a linebacker? Or would that be the piece that puts them over the top?
Cleveland they don't have a fast inside linebacker. They lost Joe Schobert and they lost Christian Kirksey last year, and that's their weakness in the middle of their defense. I'm telling you, the Packers need to trade at 25 to get the JOK. Period.
Yep.
Najee Harris.
Najee Harris.
Bam! I called it. Steelers fans are dumb. I mean,
Oh,
More players we don't need. That's good.
that's right. It's awesome. I mean, JOK is there. Come on. Trade up. Rudy, you stinking jerk. Trade up at 25 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Take JOK. Make me and Bruce's birthday super awesome. Let's go. Corey will be happy. Even Mo would be happy. He doesn't even care, but he'd be happy for us because he's like, hey. Eric will be happy, even though the Raiders drafted Leatherwood. That's, what do you expect? The Raiders always screw something up. And the rest of us, we're all happy. Hey, Leatherwood is a diverse player. He could play guard and or tackle. So, I mean, it's not terrible.
I'm okay with the pick. I just wish it was their second round pick instead of their first.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, the other day when you were on, you mentioned Leatherwood like 3 times. So you must have thought Leatherwood was good. Right? But you thought he was good at pick 29, not at pick 17. Is that what I'm thinking?
Even 29 would have been a little bit, but oh well. It could be worse.
Right.
Tomorrow we're focusing on O-line. And we better get some O-line guys tomorrow.
Draft 4 more like last year.
No, I want them. I want 2. They got to trade some picks and get 2 second-round offensive linemen, non-tackles, because the tackles that are left are weak. They're not strong tackles. They're Brian Bulaga weaky tackles.
At this pace, you could get the gut in the second round, though.
I think we got Matt Messerschmidt is in here as Allie Messerschmidt.
Yep.
He's saying he's very happy with the Vikings pick.
Okay.
He's like, that's a perfect pick. They got 2 extra picks and a tackle. He's happy with that. I mean, I'm assuming Allie is actually not. It's got to be. I don't know. But I'm thinking he's happy with it. So Mo should be happy. Messerschmidt's happy. Eckes is sad because Messerschmidt's happy. But I don't know.
I don't know. I think Allie is Bernard's alter ego with this Spielman greater than Goody.
No. That's a Viking fan. We know him from college. Trust me, he's a Viking fan, 100% Viking fan. Or the offspring, or like, who's Allie? Is that his kid, Eckes? You know more than I do. Is that his wife? I don't know.
it's his kid.
It's his kid. Okay. So it's either his kid or him, and they're definitely Viking fans, and they're saying, good move for the Vikes. And I think it's a good move. They traded back. They got a good offensive lineman, and that's a good move. And now the Packers need to trade up and get an awesome inside linebacker. Period. Let's do it. Quit screwing around. Let's go. Let's say you, Eric, what do you say?
Me?
Yes? Sure.
I don't think we should go to other Eric. He's muted. Where'd he go?
I think he left. I think he's partying. He's so happy about that pick that him and Travis's brother, they're like partying out there. They can't show. They're probably got their shirts off and all kinds of weird stuff's going on. I don't want to know. I'm glad the screen is muted. Don't want to see that. I don't want to hear it either.
He said O-line picks aren't that exciting, but I would get excited about them.
Listen, in Minnesota, as Bruce knows, he lives here. Eric knows he lives here too. Anything is exciting. So offensive line pick is exciting. Trust me. It's bad. There's not much to look forward to around here.
He's a big feller, don't you know?
Yeah. I mean, Eckes, Corey, Jace, you guys live in Wisconsin. You don't know what it's like over here. It's terrible. Minnesota is awful. It is just plain terrible. I mean, it's bad.
Maybe it's the part of Minnesota you live in, Ben.
Well, Rochester is a weird town. I mean, it's all nurses and doctors everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a nurse.
You have great health here, though, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, if I get sick, I'm fine. But I mean, I never get sick because I'm perfect health. I mean, look at me. I'm like a perfect specimen. But I'm just saying, that's the one thing. I go to the doctor. I went to the doctor when I was 40, and they were like, "Why are you here?" And I was like, I don't know. My mom told me I should go. So here I am. I haven't been to the doctor since I was 21. I went in, they were like, get out of here. You're perfect. I was like, sweet. I haven't been back since. I'm now 46, almost 47. But we're not going to talk about that. What I'm saying is this. Minnesota's boring. Hey, Corey, one of these days, Corey, you and I are getting together. I just bought, I don't know if you know about this. I traded in a whole bunch of Magic the Gathering cards. and got $1,251 worth of store credit, some nerd game store. And I've been buying games left and right. I just got Star Wars Rebellion and the expansion, which is like Star Wars in a box, where one team is the Imperial Army, the other team is the Rebel Alliance. You and I got to get together one of these days after we both get vaccinated, and we got to get together and play this game, you against me, and may the best man win. Probably you, but that's okay.
I have played that one many, many times.
You have played it. Is it awesome?
2 games. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm super pumped. I'm ready to play, but my wife won't play with me, so I got to try and find somebody to do it.
What Ben has neglected to tell you, Corey, is he could have had $900 cash.
Hey, we're skipping over that part.
And
we're going to the $1,251 of store credit. That's the most important part.
I can't blame him on
more in
that.
store credit. Yeah,
I can't blame him on that.
that's right. $300 more of store credit equals more enjoyment for me. It's better than
one point from before though that Jason was making real quick. He was talking about Packers never having dominant players that can get the field. I think part of that is because they've been so good the past 2 decades, they always draft low. Like their highest draft picks are like 5 a couple times when they took AJ Hawk and I think BJ Raji at 4. But they don't get those high draft picks to get those premier impact players right away. So maybe this is the time. Back to Aaron Rodgers, get rid of them, let them flounder for a little bit, get those high draft picks, get those impact players that can come in and build a team for another decade.
Or we could package up some picks and get an impact player right now. Come on, Corey.
Good.
Do we need 10 players to add to this roster through the draft?
No.
Do we? Depth wise, probably, to be honest.
That's too many.
To come in and make immediate impacts? No, but depth wise, probably.
Damn it, the Jaguars pick is in. No.
If they are going to end up trading Rodgers, what sucks is I think they missed the boat on the crazy quarterback wheeling and dealing. I mean, in the market we saw the last 3 months, can you imagine what they would have got for him, given what people were getting for Stafford and Darnold?
Right.
I mean, they'd have enough early first-round picks that have to hit on one of them.
That's the other thing. When there's 5 quarterbacks taken in the first 15 picks, this is not like 6 years ago when it was like there were no good quarterbacks coming out and there was hardly any good quarterbacks in the actual NFL. Now there's a bunch of good quarterbacks in the NFL, and there's 5 good quarterbacks in the draft. There's only like 3 or 4 teams that have crappy quarterbacks, like the Broncos, who traded for Teddy Bridgewater. Why? Nobody knows. But that's
It's an upgrade for them.
Yeah, but it's still really bad. I mean, that's like terrible. The Broncos are the worst. And the other team is who? Carolina with Sam Darnold. Otherwise, that's it. Nobody else has got quarterback problems. The Patriots just solved it. They drafted Mac Jones. So, like, there's only 2 teams that even have quarterback problems right now. So the market for a Rodgers trade is really limited. It's a dumb move either way. It goes all back to the whole Goody drafting Jordan Love. And it just makes you want to cry. And now we hope the Packers don't screw this draft up. But they're probably going to lose JOK right here to the Browns.
No.
Make me sad.
No,
Come on.
He's already going to the Jaguars? Is that why you said no?
no.
No, they took a running back.
The running back.
Running back.
Wow, that's surprising.
Wow, Travis Etienne. Wow.
They
That's
took
surprising.
the guy that you showed, JOK, taking the ball right away from him.
JOK just took the ball from the guy and scored a damn touchdown. That guy sucked. I'll take JOK over that guy any day.
I got to say, Hambone M said he does agree that Goody is full of crap. So that is true. And also, Callie Packer says, go Pack, go. Callie Packer, first time seeing you. Just for Hambone and Callie and Lee, I don't know if you caught this, but I did just get this jersey in the mail on Tuesday. My favorite guy.
That is an awesome jersey, dude. That is beautiful. Look at that.
Jason even looks like Lukey Patrick.
Just wait. I
don't know about that, but it's a cool jersey.
That hurt to push it out that far. Jeez. Okay. I love Lucas Patrick. I hate Nick Saban. Why does he have to talk? I don't care. I still want you.
The Packers didn't move up at all.
I still want Saban to explain Hasim Clinton Dix, and why he sucks so bad. Anyway, yes,
We can still move up, Jay. Packers.
they better. Come on, this is it.
Listen,
There's
man.
only a couple of spots.
I've seen the Browns take a JOK in a bunch of mock drafts.
Me too.
So it's like he's going to be gone. And
Last
the
year,
Packers are going to be stuck with some crappy jerk. I don't even know.
they traded a fourth to move 4 spots to pick a third string quarterback who was inactive all year long. Can we trade up a couple spots to get a guy who can play right away and be awesome? And he has good tackling technique. His head's always on the right side. If you ever go back to one of our videos where I explain the tackling technique of your head on the right side, guys can't run through your head. This guy gets it. JOK gets it.
It would really suck if the Ravens got our second linebacker 2 years in a row in the first round. They screw us and take.
I was thinking that too.
Come on.
They can't draft 2 inside linebackers 2 years in a row. Come on.
I would hate the Ravens.
They're impact guys. They might do it.
Plus, they let us sign away stinking Zadarius, so the Ravens are triply stupid or triply jerks, and we're triply stupid for letting that happen.
Zadarius just needs to play with effort. If he plays with effort, he's
Hey,
good.
I'm wondering if you said that he had a tweet that said, "I am a defensive outside or defensive
did.
end."
Yeah.
Maybe that's him saying, "Hey, the Packers told me I'm playing defensive end this year."
Oh. Well, he said, I'm a defensive end. I'm not an outside linebacker. Who do I got to talk to
Cleveland
around here
pick is
to get that change made?
Maybe he's sick of
Efficient.
trying to cover guys. Sick of coverage drills in practice.
Well, he does. I can remember when Aaron Jones made the number 33 on the all 100, whatever, top 100 players on the NFL, whatever, NFL Network. Zadarius Smith is like, yeah, you want me to cover Aaron Jones in practice? I can't do that. No kidding. You can't cover anybody. You couldn't cover me in practice.
I told you.
Well, yeah, but your RAS score is like almost as good as his. So
Half as good. Half as good.
I just want to see maximum effort out of Z, like he was when he got his first chance to be a starter. Like, let's go, man. Come on.
He has maximum effort until he meets all of his signing thresholds. Once he got the 12 sacks, then he's like, I'm good. I got the bonus. I got the bonus money. I bought an extra. Balaz is up.
Hey, Balaz, what's up?
Look out.
Come on, JOK. We're waiting on JOK. Balaz, we got a chance to get maybe the best player in this first round.
Lee wants Newsome, JOK, Tevin Jenkins, Bateman. He's looking at all those guys. You know what? They're all pretty good picks. I'd be quite honest. I wouldn't be upset with any of them. Bateman, maybe Bateman. What do you got? What do you got, Bruce?
Newsome to the Browns.
Oh, JOK is still there. Oh my God, I'm telling you.
That's what I'm being told anyway.
You know, Bruce, you've been wrong before. I think this birthday has gotten you a little messed up.
He's on that dark website that you're on is a little unreliable, Bruce, but it was right last time.
Bruce is getting some kind of weird. He's got like a weird feed from somebody, and I don't know if they're half right.
Probably
half wrong.
Twitter. It's probably Twitter.
Yeah, they're almost. It's like as reliable as MBS's hands. Come on, Bruce. I don't know.
50-50 shot.
Balaz says, "Good morning." Balaz, it's dark out. It's dark out here, bro. It's 10:30.
It's probably dark there too.
Oh yeah. By Balaz, it's probably 5:30 in the morning.
5:25.
We're all so scared. I don't even know. You know what's the worst? You know what would be the worst thing ever?
Offensive tackle that sucks.
No, if JOK is sitting there at 29 and they draft something else, I would freaking. I would lose my mind. I would lose my freaking mind.
Oh,
TJ
nice.
2.0.
We'll trade back is what we'll do.
If we trade back, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm tired and I gotta go to bed.
What the hell is that?
Packers new receiver. Oh,
Eric Dahl is our Packers new receiver. We're in trouble.
You can do it. Yep. Newsome. Okay. Wow. 2 Northwestern guys in the first round. When was the last time that happened? We got a Northwestern guy, Dean Lowry. He's okay.
Do you guys think there's any cornerbacks worth drafting in the first round now? I don't think so.
Well, you think the Packers are going there again, or?
I thought they would in the first round, maybe, but I don't see anybody that I would pick in the first round.
I said Samuel. That's where I think they're going. I didn't say that's what I want. I said that's what I think.
I don't want a tiny little corner. I want somebody who's good, can tackle people. We don't have many guys. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest. Do we have many people on this defense that are good at tackling people and like to tackle people?
You know, I got to say something, though.
We don't.
There's another guy besides JOK. It's Christian Barmore. I'd be okay with.
Okay.
Because if there's one thing we need is some at 29, we could use some defensive line help for Kenny Clark. Yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to
That's true.
that.
He's not going to be around long in the second round.
I mean, he's the best defensive lineman from what I hear. I don't really know. I haven't watched all the tape on all these guys, but I mean,
I think for someone in the middle, yeah.
and that's what we need. We need a guy who can take up some space and take up some blockers and shed the block and make a tackle. And he doesn't necessarily, you know.
Clark is, right? Isn't he?
What's that?
He's more of a nose tackle than Kenny Clark is too, isn't he?
Right. And that's the thing. Kenny Clark could actually move out to like defensive end, which might even be better fit for him. The only thing is Kenny Clark has got zero, I repeat, zero speed. I mean, he needs to get there and make a play within 5 yards, because if the quarterback gets away, he's not catching up to him. I don't know how many times I watched tape last year and saw him just trailing. And then all of a sudden you see Gary like speeding past him because he's so goddamn slow. Kenny Clark is not fast, and he has zero acceleration. So that scares me a little bit, but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, he's quick, but not fast. Okay,
Right.
so this changes a little bit. The cornerback might be off the board, although they still might go there. And again, if JOK is there, I'd slot him into one of the inside backers for sure. I just look at the defensive guys. Amos, kind of a tackler, but he's kind of slow. Savage, not really a big tackler. Jair, sort of. Zadarius isn't a big tackler. Gary is okay. I like Kiki though. Kenny Clark.
The Saints might take JOK.
Dang.
I mean, they traded for that 49ers inside linebacker last year, and then I don't think he's under contract for this year. So you never know. I don't know.
I'm going to play an optimist here.
Yay!
And say the next two picks are receivers.
I think you're right. I think that because nobody wants
Bateman
to go to
and then
the
Elijah
Ravens.
Moore.
Yeah.
I'll be right.
I don't know, but we're 2 picks away, everybody.
The Ravens pick is in, so they've already decided.
Crap.
Nothing we say here is going to affect it anymore. It's already done. The pick is in, guys. Can't sway the Ravens. They're on commercial right now.
Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Lee says you can get good defensive tackles in day 2.
I want yeah, okay. We just need we don't need a super good D tackle. We need a depth solid D tackle guy. If that's what we need.
Messerschmidt says Packers are taking a wide receiver. I hope you're wrong.
Me too.
Take him in the second. Take him in the 3rd round and have his name be what was that guy's name again? Crap, I forgot. He's drunk. Bruce, what was that guy's name I liked? Dwayne Eskridge. There you go. That's the guy. Take him. 3rd round. Take Miners in the 2nd round for center. Take JOK right now at 29. Hopefully he's there. Boom. We got inside linebacker covered. We got center covered. We got wide receiver, slot receiver covered. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Perfect draft. Sign me up. Make me the GM. Let's go Packers. Get rid of Goody. Bring me in. I will make the team good.
I really want Miners and Dickerson. I want both those guys because they're fun and they're road graders and they're awesome. And then you could have Jenkins play right tackle to start the season while Bakhtiari's out or whatever. I don't care. And you'd have a really strong line.
There's reports that Bakhtiari might be coming back by the start of the season because he's such an athletic.
Oh, that's
freak.
right. That's right.
And maybe he's on PEDs, but don't tell anybody I said that. But I'm just saying he might be back.
Lots of Miller Lite too, I heard.
And apparently you don't, according to Mo, you don't need your ACL to hold. That's just what I've heard. Dang it, Rick. I saw that.
What did you do now? Stop it. No, Golden Gopher wide receiver. Come on.
Rah.
No, it's not a wide receiver.
Shad Bateman's going to come to the Packers.
I really hope not.
Hey, Balaz is with me on Quinn Miners.
Well, Balaz is smart. We all know that.
I'm going to say one thing about Quinn Miners. We'll talk more about O-line tomorrow because hopefully they'll draft him. But one thing, he's just a guy that is also an effort guy. So he's a guy that's going to be a high pick, but is also the effort guy of like an undrafted guy or a low round pick. He's just a guy that plays his butt off and tries hard and cares about it. And also pushes himself. Like did you see his bench? So again, he broke his hand at the Senior Bowl. He couldn't do some of the stuff. He could finally do his bench after he did all the other pro day stuff. And when he did it, if you watch it, like he could have stopped at upper 20s. And then he's like, no, I'm pushing some more out. And he did, like he pushed it as much as he could. And not all those guys do that. Some of those guys like crank them out. And once it gets kind of tough, they're like, okay, I got enough. I'm done. And then they hang it up. But
that's just like, that reminds me of Dad when we played basketball at one time and he pushed it to go get that rebound. And then he fell over and he broke his finger and his finger split open. That was great.
Bateman.
27th pick.
Bateman.
Seriously?
That's a smart move for the Ravens because they can't get a free agent. Now they're getting a very good route running, sure-handed wide receiver to go with Lamar Jackson. Not a bad move. Not a bad move.
We could get JOK now if it's not a moron.
Dude, if the Saints take him right before, I'm going to be so mad.
They don't need a linebacker, though, do they?
I think they do need a linebacker.
Come on.
This is crazy. I can't believe JOK is still there.
Yeah.
I
didn't expect him to get out of the top 20.
I mean,
this is a good pick for Baltimore, but
I understand the size concern. He's a small, light inside linebacker type player. But in a think about this. When you're going up against fast, like crazy quarterbacks, who would be better to be your spy than JOK? I mean, honest to God. And now that the Bears drafted Justin Fields, you're talking twice a year we got to face this guy. Then if you get in the playoffs, you might see, Russell Wilson. You might see Kyler Murray. You might see all these guys that are crazy running around guys. And you got JOK who could possibly roam the field and make a play on him and like keep him in the pocket and tackle him if he gets out of the way. And also now that hit him really hard, which make him not want to run anymore. Woo! Come on, Saints. Draft somebody else. Do something smart. Oh my gosh.
What about Terrence Marshall from LSU?
No.
I mean, look at all there are a number of linebackers taken already, and it had to go this way for JOK to drop this far, right? Somebody had to take the kid from Kentucky and Collins and all those, they all had to go before him in order for this to happen. So the Packers better not lose out. Crap, Saints pick us in.
Maybe they'll go more. Maybe they want
web.
some help receiver.
No.
No, the Saints.
Saints can take a receiver. That's fine. The
Oh,
Packers need to take either offensive lineman, defensive lineman, or JOK. Period. Preferably JOK. My fear is that I'll be as mad as Jason was the day that TJ Watt got traded away, or they traded back and didn't take TJ Watt.
And Corey,
I don't think it's good.
Corey said it on this show. I will never forgive the Packers
That's
for
true.
not drafting TJ Watt.
Corey did say that. And look at Corey cut his hair just because of it. He had gorgeous hair and he cut it because he was so sad.
Are we finally going to pick an inside linebacker? Or are we not?
I don't know. What do the Saints take?
Oh, we're not taking an inside linebacker. We're taking a tackling machine that we can have on the field at all times. It can play a bunch of different spots. Joe Barry's
It's built up way too much. We're gonna get screwed.
No, come on.
Angus, don't jinx it.
Come
I'm
on.
a positive one too.
The power
Saints.
of Patrick.
Come on. Come on. Saints take somebody else and have the Packers take my guy. Take my guy. Take my guy.
I want
Make
word
me a happy
from
man.
the NFL shop how many Lucas Patrick jerseys they sold because this came pretty quick. So I was surprised how fast I got it.
They've probably been waiting for somebody to buy one, dude. They probably had it in the package ready to go for like years. Somebody finally bought a Patrick jersey. Let's send it out. Boom. It's already packaged, ready to go.
I love Lucas Patrick. Come on, man. He's
Oh,
awesome.
Lee says Tevin Jenkins. That's the guy I kind of liked. Kind of like
Sorry.
Tevin Jenkins.
It's over.
What's
who
over?
they picked your man. Sorry, dude. Gone.
Don't say that, Bruce.
That's what I'm seeing. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Your dark web has been wrong before. Not on your birthday. Damn. Come on, Bruce.
Now I'm seeing Peyton Turner. Who's that?
Bruce, I think your connection's wrong.
Who's Peyton Turner anyway?
I don't even know who that is.
I don't either.
They drafted Peyton Turner?
That's what I'm seeing, but I don't know if that's accurate because I think they were joking around before with JFK.
Jamo, I think we can get a receiver later. We need JOK. He slipped down the board. He's an impact guy.
Or Tevin Jenkins. I like Tevin Jenkins at right tackle.
Yeah, but I want a dude who's gonna make plays all over the field.
Either one is good. Like I mean, we got to see who the Saints took here. I don't believe Bruce. I think
it is Peyton Turner. Really,
he's been eating too much damn cake. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Lee, don't even put it. Lee put edge. I think no, don't put edge in there. At least not for the Packers. If you're talking about the Saints, fine, but not Packers.
Oh, we got a Bengals fan in the chat.
Hey, how you doing?
How do you think about Chase, Bengals fan? I think that Chase was the right move for the Bengals. I think having all those weapons. You just signed a couple guys in free agency on the offensive line. I think that's a great move. Getting Chase to go along with Burrow. You also got all those other guys. I think you're good as the Bengals.
Yeah, you got to build your team. You're building your team, and with young guys, that's we just want to make our team good right now. So we need impact right now. Let's go.
I don't even know who Peyton Turner is. I need to study this stuff a little better.
I don't know who he is either.
He's a defensive end from Houston.
Really? Huh.
That
Edge guy.
that helped the Packers out a lot too. How many edge guys already went in this first round?
Holy crap. If that's really the case, and JOK is staring us in the face, if they don't take JOK, I'm going to be freaking furious.
You know you're getting ready for disappointment, man.
God dang it!
You know it.
I'm not even kidding.
What if they take a squishy marshmallow tackle instead of him?
Well, I mean, Tevin Jenkins is not squishy. If you want a guy who's going to block until the whistle, that's Tevin Jenkins. I like Tevin Jenkins.
What?
I like guys that can block until the whistle.
You don't think so, Rick?
Oh, sorry. I was watching the coverage when they announced Peyton Turner. The Saints fans in attendance just kind of looked like, who's that guy?
Yeah,
people that went all the way to Cleveland, and they're like, what? Huh? Okay.
Sounds like us last year when Jordan Love was announced.
All you had to do was listen to a Wild Man, and you knew it was going to happen. I don't know why he knew right away.
Who did he say this year? What's his pick?
I don't know. Put it in the chat, Mom. Who does Dad say we're picking? I don't remember who he said.
Dad'll know. He knows everything. God, JOK is right there. Oh, my God. Please don't screw this up, Goody. Come on.
The pick should be in already.
Come on.
The pick is in. The pick is in. It was fast.
It's in already?
Yeah.
It was in really quick last year for first round too. So
the guy that I know is watching ESPN and he's ahead of everything. Just so you know.
Is there also Bruce? Is there also a viable quarterback for the Packers here? QB?
Just shut up. God dang it. Just shut up.
Come on. They got to do it. An impact defensive player. Oh my God.
Moreland
guy-
is happy. He says he's got a deep ball guy and he's happy with it. That's good news for him. I'm glad. Bengals need to, they've been sticky for so long. It's good to see them be good. Let's see them make a play here. Oh, somebody's got a garage sale tomorrow. Is that you, Eckes?
Packers fans are excited.
We had it today.
Oh, yeah, it did. Mr. Schmidt says you need to go to bed. Don't worry about the pick. Just go to bed now and then miss the pick. And then you'll fight out tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Mark
that
Murphy
room
looks
looks more boring than mine.
confident. He looks like a genius and confident.
Lee, you're freaking scaring me with your running back. Come on.
Whoa!
That's like the last thing they need besides quarterback.
Take a punt.
Lee! God dang it, Lee. You don't need a damn tight end either.
Now
I
that
swear.
I don't necessarily.
Lee is starting to
agree
turn
with.
into Bernard. Like they're just starting to make us all sad. Cause
Hey,
Yeah,
here you go.
where'd Bernard go? Did you chase him away?
I don't know. Here it is. Let's go.
Oh my God.
J-O-K. J-O-K. Let's
It's gonna be
go.
Elijah Moore.
No, shut up, Mo.
Stay down, Mo.
Stay down.
I can't believe he's there. God. If you ever cared about me, God. Let's go.
I just want him to not take JOK just so I can see Ben's reaction. It'll be priceless.
No, we had a priceless reaction last year. Let's
Yeah,
get
that
a
was
good
good
pick, and we can be
I
excited.
want another one.
We'll
that was your
still,
highest rated show.
Oh my-
we'll
Come on,
still yell.
progress.
We'll just do it in a crazy way. We'll do it in a fun way.
Bruce has got a heads up. Don't say
Bruce,
it, Bruce.
stop it.
Sorry. Do you want me to tell you?
No.
Okay.
Tell us, Bruce. Tell us.
No,
Jordan-
shut up.
Jordan Love, 0 snaps played in
They dra-
2020.
They drafted Jordan Love again?
Yeah,
Oh my
he's so
God.
good. Draft him twice.
They're really dumb. They drafted him 2
Good
years in a
is
row.
a moron. He's an absolute
Yes.
moron.
I told you, Goody must go. A long time ago. He looks
Will you
pleased.
take
though.
another running back or something?
Second round pick, in my opinion.
Unless it's Quinn Miners. If it's Quinn Miners, I'll still be excited about it, even though it's the wrong pick.
What are we waiting on? Come on.
We're waiting on Goody's smug ass to get done
Who's
with
the top?
being on
Who's the
camera.
top rated kicker?
Just, we don't want to take inside linebackers. We just don't want to do it.
Come on. So the Bills are going to get him? Or the Ravens are going to get him?
The Bills get him. Jesus.
No, you know who's going to get him? The goddamn Tampa Bay freaking sucking ears are going to get him. They're
Packers
going to have
better.
the best goddamn team in the history of all time. Freaking.
More fast guys that can tackle? Yeah, why not? We'll take some more fast guys that can tackle. Come on, Goodell. Quit milking it.
Here we
Let's
go.
go.
Here we go. Elijah Moore.
I don't pay for cable, so I'm getting the ABC.
Tell me
over
you're
the
kidding.
airwaves.
It's not Elijah.
Okay.
It's a squishy tackle. I'm going to be so pissed.
What?
What? No! What the?
Told you.
Eric Stokes. Why? He was.
What the fuck?
Oh,
God damn it! Son of a bitch! You could have got him in the 3rd round! What the hell? I've had enough! I am done! I am done! I am done! You got a guy sitting there! JOK! Tevin Jenkins! Anybody! You draft a cornerback you could have had in the 3rd round? Samuel's there? Even he'd be okay. What the crap? I don't even know anymore.
6'1", 185. His highlight plays are a bad ball interception, an unblocked sack, and a batted ball is what they're showing for his draft highlights here so far. I know not much about him other than the fact that he is not great in size or speed, as it appears. And on top of it, you signed Kevin King back before you decided to pick this guy in the 1st round. So that's lots of good Goody sense right there. That's the Goody factor. The Goody factor, which needs to go away. Real
Well, it's
soon.
a standard Packers draft in the first round. Standard.
According
crap.
to PFF, has him as the 10th best corner.
That's what we stayed up for, boys. God damn it.
Picking for need again.
It's not. You just signed King,
Well,
and you got
yeah.
Josh Jackson. Like, not a need for this year. And that-
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
There's not going to be good corners next year. Like, if you need a corner next year, fine. Get your ass in there and get one in the first round. For this season to win, you don't need it. Unless he was a stud like Farley, but this guy, who's this guy?
It's one thing if
Fine.
you know what? They need it. Rodgers needs to get out of town. And then the team needs to stink so we can freaking fire Goody already, because this is getting ridiculous. This is getting ridiculous. This guy isn't even a second round pick, much less a third round pick.
Why is it our first round picks are always the biggest stretch every single year?
I mean, this makes Leatherwood look like a superstar pick compared to
Exactly.
freaking us. God dang it, Rick, you just lucked out. Oh my God. How many good players are there? And you take a guy that you could have had in the second round, late second round. It doesn't make any sense. Let's trade up for a quarterback that could have fell to us last year. And let's draft a guy when a freaking defensive crazy man is sitting there for us, or a good right tackle who could be a right tackle for 20 freaking years or 10 years.
He does run a 4.25.
I don't care. It's going to be great when he gets his ass beat and the
Hang
guy
on.
catches the
Hang
ball. He can run after him and
I'm
then
looking
miss
it
the
up.
tackle. That's
His
great when he
rash-
runs after him. misses
I'm
the
looking it
tackle.
up. Yeah, I got to look it up here. Hang on.
Okay, I'm not
Somebody
watching the
say
first
something.
round draft next year.
I'm muted. Somebody talk because I'm done.
Hang on. I'm looking it up here.
I'm sorry, Ben, but I love the reaction, but I'm still sorry.
Probably as much as anybody in the league, and they've got weapons now. I think Allen's another example of Patrick Mahomes. What we see with the offense coordinators in today's game, bending
Trying to find it. Where's he at?
making him
I got the wrong Eric Stokes. It's too common of a name here.
He honestly looks like a Kevin King clone. He's super skinny, little tiny leg. I mean, seriously, that's what he looks like.
Well, all I know is this. The other day, Bruce, you were on our show, and I said, hey, Bruce, can you think of a late round corner we can find in the draft that'd be good? You said Eric Stokes.
I did say that. I did.
But that's a
But
late
I
round pick, not a first round pick. Like, what the fuck?
Here's a Giants.com blog, or from a Giants thing. It says next gen stats draft sleepers day 3 hidden gems. Eric Stokes, 6 foot, 194 pounds. Fast at Georgia's pro day. But yeah, okay.
What the crap?
Well, I have some info too if you want me to read some stuff.
Yeah, go
Read
for
it, Bruce. You liked them, but I mean, I know you
No.
didn't think he was going to be a first round pick.
So the positives are he's an underrated cornerback with size and play speed to start in the NFL. Physical, battles opponents through the route, and
There you
tracks
go.
the ball in the air. Possesses excellent length, effectively diagnoses the action, and has a closing burst. Possesses good hands for the interception. Easily runs downfield with opponents, gives effort defending the run, and wraps up tackling. But negatives are doesn't flip his hips off the line, which is a problem,
That's King right there. Yeah.
and loses a half step transitioning with opponents. It's a little grabby in coverage. So kind of sounds like King, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sounds a lot like King. Jesus. Are you
You know,
serious?
JOK is going on this next pick to the Bills, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, guys in the chat, it's not like, hey, relax. It's not a horrible, terrible pick. We do need a cornerback.
No, we don't.
Well, we would like
Not
us
in the first round.
instead of Kevin King, somebody's going to start. And this guy, they might actually make
He's
him
not
start.
going to
then.
start.
But you can't, when you got this other guy who's a dynamic playmaker sitting in your face again and you pass on him. Come on.
Let's drag out another freaking undrafted free agent at inside linebacker again.
The Bills
so he can
passed
miss
on him,
tackles and misjudge plays and get screwed and suck at freaking tackling and let the running back, let Delvin Cook run all over us because we got no goddamn inside linebacker to freaking play. Or better yet, let's start Billy Turner at right tackle so he can ole and let Aaron Rodgers get his ass kicked so he wants to get traded. Oh, that sounds good. Let's draft the guy who we already got. Shannon Sullivan and Crappy King and Josh Jackson and everybody else under the sun. Let's keep drafting corners. Let's just keep drafting corners. Why do we draft corner second round? Let's draft corner in the third round. Let's draft corner in the fourth round. Let's just keep drafting them. Maybe one of them will be good. What the hell? It's dumb. Goody's a moron. Rodgers deserves to be out of town. I think I'm going to be a freaking Bills fan.
Hang on. Let's see it here if I can find it.
Boys, I'm out.
All right, Agus.
Later, Agus.
Sorry for the disappointment.
There, Agus.
Next
disappointed year. At least it wasn't
I'm
a
not gonna
quarterback
watch
this
it.
year.
I'm just gonna drink beer and sit in a dark room or something.
You'll be back. You'll be back.
We'll see.
It has to be the blazing 42540.
Cheers, boys.
See, I guess it's got to be the blazing 42540 that they
hey,
just got enamored with.
Messerschmidt, you know, I gotta laugh at this one, even though you're a jerk for saying this, but he says Spielman's really mad. The Vikings are planning on taking Stokes in the third round. Dang it, Messerschmidt! Why do you have to make me laugh at such a terrible time? What do you say, Bruce? What are we gonna do with this?
Well, honestly, Stokes is probably better than King. I guess that's the positive that you can look at. He'll probably be starting over King. I would not be surprised. But other than that, that's about the only positive I can take from it, especially when you have an inside linebacker like JOK sitting there waiting for you. But we did the same thing last year. We did the same thing.
Here you go, guys. I found it. There it is.
9.99 RAS score.
Yeah,
there you go.
It is. The RAS.
That explains it all.
Told you. I told you.
That explains it all.
Yeah.
We didn't learn our lesson from Kevin King blowing away the RAS, and we had to get him. Now we just do the same thing.
And who's the best defensive back we've had over the last 10 years? Micah Hyde. What was his RAS score? 4.7.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what the damn RAS score is. Can he play football? Can he play football? Man, I hope this guy can play football.
And he didn't even do the agility, the shuttle, or the 3-cone. This is highly incomplete. And the thing about his RAS that's high is this 40-yard dash time with the 20-yard split and the 10-yard split. Those are all high. So he got elite for that, which overall gave him the super high rating.
Yeah. Can he flip his hips and actually cover and react to when receivers like change their routes and stuff? Maybe not. Maybe he can just run fast in a straight line. Well, that doesn't help you at corner unless you're already beat, which is probably going to happen. God,
there it is. The RAS strikes again for the Packers in the first round.
This is ridiculous.
Corey, how do you feel about the RAS? The RAS philosophy, RAS draft philosophy. How do you feel about it?
It's not working. It's not working. It really isn't. That tells you athleticism, sure. It doesn't tell you about the intangibles. It doesn't tell you how smart they are, how they work through blocks, how they, run their routes. It doesn't tell you any of that kind of stuff. It just tells you basically what the combine does.
It's like BMI, except worse.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a joke. Stokes was rated number 72 on the PFF big board.
Wow.
Balaz is being positive. He says, "Hey, JOK could still be there at 62." I don't think so, but he could. Balaz, I mean, he could.
If the Ravens were smart, they would take him right now, and then they also got the wide receiver.
I think. I mean, look, the Packers have the draft capital. if they took this guy for, even though they did it totally messed up, but if they somehow moved around and got him still and got 2 defensive starters, okay. I mean, I could live with it.
But here's the thing, dude.
But it's
for this year. We
yeah.
just signed back Kevin King. We've got Shannon Sullivan. We've got Jair. Where is our hole? Center, right tackle, inside linebacker, defensive lineman. We take a 3rd round corner in the 1st round. It's dumb. I can't even I don't even know what to say anymore about this whole thing.
I don't think it's going to happen. Go ahead, Ben.
No, I'm done. I'm just rambling because I'm freaking crazy.
Just trying to put a positive spin on it. I don't think it's going to happen, but with the picks they have, I would like to see them move up in the 2nd round. I think there's still some decent value to be had in the even mid-2nd round, where they've got enough picks that they should be able to move up, but I just don't see it happening. I think they're just going to shotgun approach, draft a bunch of guys and hope something sticks, which is really frustrating because I think, sure, JOK might not be there, but there's still some decent linemen that should be available. There's guys that could help them in the next 20, 30 picks. But what are you going to get when you're drafting 4th, 5th, 6th round? Special teamers, maybe someone that you get lucky and they fall into place if they get a chance to play. So,
what I don't understand is it seems they care so much about these RAS scores. And when we looked at that list, Bruce pointed out all these guys, none of them were any good. You think after years and years of doing this, they would realize, you know what, RAS score maybe isn't the best way to go. Maybe we should actually just look at their tape and see if they make plays. Maybe we should see if they actually have a football IQ and they're able to adjust and make plays on the ball or wherever they're at, or if they hold their block for longer than 2 seconds, or if they're able to do things like that. I mean, whatever it is. I don't care if the guy ran really fast and lifted a bunch of weights and moved really quick. If he doesn't know what he's doing on the football field, it doesn't help the team. And it seems like they don't register this in their brains. And also, they don't meet the threshold of height and weight and all these other things. Okay, JOK is really light, and he's 6'1", 215 or whatever he is. He's small for a freaking inside linebacker. That doesn't mean you have to play him at inside linebacker. You can play him at defensive rover, where he just runs around and makes crazy plays. It's just dumb. They're not adjusting with the times. It's like they're still drafting in 1995 when the team ran running backs up their gut and they didn't run 25 receivers all the time and 4 receivers and all this crazy stuff. The Packers are so far behind the times in their drafting and all these other things. They're not catching up with what's going on in real life. Multiple formations, multiple sets of receivers, tight ends, all different kinds of things. You have to be able to adjust. The Packers are still in this draft a big guy who's fast, even if he doesn't know jack squat. And it makes no sense. And that's why they keep drafting these guys. And here's the other thing I hate. They're draft and develop, draft and develop, draft and develop. You know what draft and develop equals? That equals 2 or 3 years of a guy sitting on the bench and not playing. And then finally, when he's able to play, you got to pay him big money. Instead of drafting a guy who can play right away, and he's awesome right away, and you got him for 4 years where he's making plays for 4 years. You're drafting guys who are sitting on the bench for 2 or 3 years, not doing jack squat. And then finally, his 4th year, he makes a play. And then you be like, okay, well, maybe we should pay him some money, or maybe we shouldn't. Let's pay him a bunch of money.
Wow, the Ravens passed too. And the worst thing's gonna happen, Ben. Ravens just picked Jason Owen, a linebacker.
Jason Owe,
yeah, out of Penn State, right?
Yeah, he's
so now JOK is going to Tampa Bay.
Yep, because their pick's already in.
They were just waiting.
Yeah, they're just what?
I think Tampa Bay is going to do Barrymore, and that's what I think.
Barrymore?
That's the other guy. I'm surprised he's still there. Man, this is crazy.
Defensive line. I would have rather picked Barrymore.
I would pick Barrymore, Jenkins, JOK. God. I shouldn't drink today because I'm even more mad because I drank.
You swore a lot on that, but not a lot. But
did I? I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
You said some big ones there. Good thing we were later.
Hey, it's YouTube. You can say whatever you want. I've heard a lot of things people said on here that are not. I mean,
I know, but I still mark all of our videos made for kids. So
Hey, it's 11 o'clock at night. If any kids are still awake, they need to go to bed. Corey, your kids are in bed, right?
I got one sleeping on the couch next to me.
What about
As long as
Balaz's kids? It's
He
morning.
can't hear
there.
you.
Yeah, Blaz, I don't know if he's got kids.
Blas says history is a spiral. Packers may actually be not living in past, but rather in the future. Maybe. I don't know, man.
You know, Blaz, I'll say this
I
much,
hope so,
Blaz.
bro.
You are a positive guy.
Yeah.
And that's why we need you. We need you.
Somehow he keeps coming back when we get on our.
Chris Jessen, hey,
He's
as my
down
old
in the
manager back
dumps.
at Toys R Us, I like that guy. He's awesome. You know,
Hey.
we talked about Aaron Rodgers earlier, Chris, and I'll say this. Based on this draft pick, I want Rodgers out of town for his own sake. Because I'm just tired of this crap for him. Let him go. Let him be happy. We'll be miserable for a couple years. Goody will get fired. Maybe they'll hire me, and then we'll be in good shape. And then I'll hire Bruce. He'll be my executive of who I should cut. Bruce is good at that. I'll hire Jace just for positive reinforcement. I'll hire Corey so that he can go out and like tell people what's up with what's bad and what's good. I'll hire Rick so that I can make trades with the Raiders. Boom. I should be the GM of the Pack. Boom. And then Mo, I'm not hiring you.
You're not going to hire me?
No, I'm not hiring you, Mo. You're a Viking fan. There's no way I'm hiring you.
I'll tell you what. You know who hit on the first 2 rounds of the last 3 years? The Tampa Bay. They just showed their last 3 years, the first 2 picks, and they were really good. They picked.
Passed on JOK.
Wow.
Is he like retired or something? Like, what's going on?
It must be his people. He's undersized, and they don't.
Maybe
see...
I'm wrong. Hey, I was wrong about Justin Jefferson last year. I said he was average wide receiver.
But
he's being awesome.
He's a football player. He makes plays.
I think
you can find a spot for him.
Really, really good myself.
It wasn't just Ben's mock draft, right? I mean, there were a lot of mock drafts that had him in the teens. So,
It's really weird.
He's an athlete and a football player.
I mean, you watched the film on Friday. I mean, he was
That's
everywhere. Like I don't know. And I've seen more film on him where he's making interceptions and he's doing like he had no interceptions in that film I showed. All I showed was him in the backfield, making tackles, making sacks, stealing the ball away from running backs, hitting guys super hard, dislodging the ball from receivers after they catch it.
Yeah.
Always going for his eyes are always on the ball. The opposite
stop.
of Zadarius Smith.
Ben,
Always,
stop
his
on
eyes
that.
are always in the quarterback.
Stop
What?
on that point. This defense has struggled to get turnovers the last 2 years. You
It
need
doesn't
guys that make plays to get turnovers. That helps your defense. This is a guy that's shown to do that. Like what? Come on.
Oh, Lee wants to be a scout. Lee, you can be a scout. You can be my Midwest scout.
You're Whitewater Scout. You live in Wisconsin, Lee? If you do, you'd be the Whitewater Scout.
I don't know.
Those
I think
Warhawks.
Lee keeps talking about how he went to the Chicago game and he talked about he wore a Packers jersey and gave him a bunch of crap all the time. So I think Lee might be from Chicago or from somewhere around there. I don't know.
Be our Illinois Scout.
See, Chris Jessen knows. He had Aaron Jones for 3 years in a row in fantasy. Yeah, I know. I've been saying Aaron Jones is the man for 4 years. Finally, he got. I mean, I was surprised they signed him back. I'm really happy they did. But
all right, who leaves? Out of our 3 teams represented here tonight, who leaves the happiest?
Mo.
Viking Mo. Rick with your Leatherwood. Okay, all right.
Viking Mo traded back, got more picks, and got an offensive tackle, which is what they wanted. Who was a very good player. Viking Mo won. Raiders came in second. Packers came in last. They got a third round corner in the first round.
I just qualified as I think the Raiders have such a history of screwing up their first round picks that I think there should be bonus points for not completely botching it. So I might call a draw with Mo.
Are the Packers the new Raiders of the first round now?
They're getting there.
Man.
They might be. I think, the Darius Hayward Bay was the first time I ever saw Mel Kiper Jr. speechless during a draft. So, well, he's fast.
Yeah, then we got our Bengals fan in the chat who's like, ha ha. I mean, he's not laughing, but he's like, hey, we got Chase. We got all the stuff we needed. Yeah, you got a good guy. You got
still think
solid player.
You know what? Forget it then. Blas asking about the second round. Blas, I'm telling you, I want the Packers to get 2 starting offensive linemen in the second round, get another second round pick, and run the heck out of the ball so you can keep your defense off the field. Because, and I'll tell you why, because Zadarius Smith, all these other lazy guys, Kenny Clark, who gets worn down. Maybe he's not lazy, but he gets worn down because he plays a bunch of snaps. All these other guys, when they're on the field too much, they just become sieves and porous. So run the heck out of the ball. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, all the time. You need a good old line to make that happen, to get first downs, to chew up yards, to keep the ball, keep your defense off the field. And maybe you can have a successful season with that.
You know what I feel worse about? It's Bruce's birthday, and he had to watch this crap.
All right.
Sorry,
I got to hang out with you guys, so that's okay.
Bruce, you're awesome.
That's not that great. I'm telling you.
You're awesome. I gotta say this. I gotta show the Hafeman Bros intro to cheer me up a little bit because Sophia worked hard on it and she was awesome. And Blas, you didn't get to see this yet, so we'll do this before we go.
Welcome to Hafeman Bros Packer Outright Opinions. Starring Ben, Jason, and friends. Talking the Green Bay Packers. Be sure to subscribe.
I think I forgot to hit the sound on that one. Did he hear it?
Oh, yeah.
We heard it.
Yeah, we heard it.
Okay, good. All right, that's my 10-year-old voiceover.
It's always good when you have kids doing the voices. Always good.
That's the new show.
People like that.
Open.
Do you have to show the receiver core?
Oh, yeah. That was from Packers training camp a couple years ago. So
yeah, and they still have all the same freaking guys.
No. Kumerow was in there. Yeah, Geronimo was present. That was for Ben. Kumerow was in there for Eckes. And then MVS because he's actually still on the team. And
I hate Geronimo. You know I can't say Geronimo.
I know. I'm just playing. All right. Well, that was the first round, guys. It didn't go the way we thought or expected. We got really excited. And then once again, we didn't know why we got excited because it's the Packers.
Wait a minute. Lee lives 10 minutes from Lambeau. You can't be a scout if you live 10 minutes from Lambeau. You're going to be our insider, though. You need to have your ear on the ground, bro. You need to be listening to what's going on in the front office. You got to freaking figure out what's going on with Goody. That's it, Lee. You got to find out what's going on with Goody so that you can get me in there. Get him fired. Get me in. I would have JOK 100%. All I know is this. If JOK comes out and becomes a monster, call me a genius. If he sucks, call me a moron. I'm okay with it. I was wrong about Justin Jefferson, but I was right about Justin Herbert.
Thanks for the feedback on the intro. I'll tell my daughter as well. And great music, of course, written by Ben right there and performed by Ben and Brad.
That's right. You know it's good. Balaz is me.
That's right. All right. I'm going to give you my quick video out for the draft video out as we sign off. No music, though, because Ben hated the pre-made music that was there before.
Hey, I will do my best today to try to find some video of this draft pick and see if I can find some positivity out of this. I will do my best for tomorrow night. I don't know if I can find anything, but I'll try.
All right. Corey, you're awesome. Rick, Bruce, thanks again to Eckes and everybody else for being on too. Mo, Viking Mo. And thanks to all you guys for watching, hanging out. Sorry it didn't go the way we thought, but we'll be back tomorrow because it's the Packers and it's round 2. So everybody hang up on their mute and I'll give you the video on the way out. Oh, God. What the hell is going on with the Packers? Come on, guys. Tomorrow will be better. 2 offensive linemen. Let's go.
Everyone knows number 2 is better, right?
It's true. It is better. All right, let's go. Here I am. Give me this one. Here's your Packers draft party outro. It's authentic photo from Ray Nitschke Field. And there you go. Yeah.
Still seeing your desktop, Jace.
We're not getting anything, Jace.
Come on. I just did it. God damn the share button.
I'm seeing Sophia VOHB.
Oh, my bad. Here, I couldn't find the video.
I see the sauce. That's a good video. You should play that one.
Oh, that is a good one.
Ben versus a sauce.
Black unicorn.
All right. Stop the
You should
shit.
play that in the second round tomorrow. As a refresher.
Fire it up.
We might have to just at least get something exciting going on. My legs are something to look at.
There had to be a bad technical error at the end. Why isn't it my option?
I think they're better than I don't even know what the heck this guy's name was. What's his name, Bruce?
What guy?
Stokes.
The guy we took
Eric
apparently.
Stokes. Yeah.
Eric Stokes. All right, we'll
Wait a
get it
minute,
tomorrow.
Eric Stokes.
Eric Stokes, isn't that a name you know? Is the actor, right? That
Yeah,
weird
that's the
red-haired
same guy
actor?
who played in Some Kind of Wonderful, one of my mom's favorite movies back in the day. Eric Stokes.
That's a
Are you
great
kidding me?
movie. Your
His
mom.
name is really Eric Stokes. He
Yeah.
was originally cast in Back to the Future as Marty McFly, but he had no comic timing, so they got rid of him to bring in Michael J. Fox.
Really?
Eric Stokes. Yes. They filmed
All right.
for like 3 weeks with Eric Stokes, and they were like, "Nah, see ya. We need Michael J.
I got it. I got it now. I got it.
Oh, that's a good picture. I like that picture.
Here you go. God, sorry, it took a little while. It was supposed to be a draft party, but it turned out to be a Great Nishki Field. That's authentic. And there's the man. All right, y'all.
That's our only hope is that we somehow draft a guy in the 5th round who's really good.
All right. Hidden gems. We're going
Just
for
like
hidden
Aaron
gems.
Jones.
Hidden gems. All right. Peace out, everybody.